Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Kyle White Stadium here in Anahuac, Texas, where the Woodville Eagles invade Anahuac to take on the Panthers tonight in this Division 10 3A matchup to determine second place in the district. Appreciate everybody joining us here tonight. It is senior night here in Anahuac, and we are going to start here a little early so that we can catch all of the senior night festivities here in the pregame. So with that said, they're about to get started here down on the field. And as you can see on the far sideline, all of the seniors and their parents lined up to get ready, as this is the last home game these senior athletes will see on this field from this point forward, as far as playing, that is. But the Anahuac Panthers have secured a playoff berth, and a lot of things hinder on what happens here tonight and the result of this game, as the Woodville Eagles are also have a lot on the line and who they play in the playoffs as well. As far as last week is concerned, Anahuac had a tough matchup against Kirbyville, where it went right down to the last second of the ball game, and the Anahuac Panthers were able to hold on in Kirbyville 23-22. I'm sure that they are looking to improve from what they did last week, because there were a lot of mistakes on both sides of the football for the Panthers, and they're looking to not make those mistakes here against this very talented Woodville team. Let me turn down the camera a little bit there so we don't get copyrighted on YouTube. And speaking of YouTube, if you haven't done so yet, please hit that subscribe button. And if you don't think that you have a YouTube account, if you have a Gmail account, if you have an email through Google, then you can sign in to YouTube with your Gmail account and hit that subscribe button from there. And we sure do appreciate that. As you can see at the top of your screen, we are sitting at 385 subscriptions at the moment. We are looking for that magic 1,000 mark. It is going to take a little bit to get there, but maybe we can reach that 400 mark tonight with y'all's help. And I'll keep from dragging on here too long as we go down to the field for the senior night announcements. And then we'll come back for the pregame, the coaches' interviews, as Alex Outram is down on the field right now with the coaches, and we'll do that right after the senior night announcements. Stay with us, and be sure to go onto all of our social media pages and let all your friends and family know that we are already live for tonight's game. We'll be back after the senior night, right after this, on Anahuac Sports Live.
To these seniors who will be taking the field of battle in front of the home stands for the last time. We'll begin with senior Chase Harrington, cross country and band, being escorted tonight by Brian and Callie Harrington. Among these activities are the HOSA president, student council representative, National Honor Society officer, Leo Club, former Vice President and Secretary of GTAT, a 4-year varsity cross-country and current cross-country captain. Track, tennis, UIL, and band. Future plans are to go to the University of Texas at Austin to major in biology and then become an orthopedic surgeon. Favorite memory is when Megan fell between the bus seats and could not get up on the way to a football game last year. His advice to his others, you decide the legacy that you leave. Next we have Brianna Leno, cross-country band and drill team, escorted by Crystal and Charles Leno. Captain of the soccer team, drill team for 2 years, Leo Club, HOSA, GTAT, Student Council, and Section and Woodwind Captain. Plans to attend and major in criminal justice. Her favorite memory is the cross-country team jumping into the pond at the district heat after the boys qualified for regionals. Her advice is don't take the little thing for granted because life goes by too fast. Next we have Megan Alfred, being escorted by Paulette and Darren Alfred. Her activities include Vice President of the National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta Spanish Club, Secretary of the Student Council, Vice President of HOSA, GTAT, Leo Club, and drum major of the marching band. Plans to study biology at Texas A&M University. Favorite memory is the endless arguments between Chase and I on the bus rides. Her advice is be yourself, be confident, and know it's okay to make mistakes. Next we have Rosalind Cabrera, being escorted by Maria and Armando Cabrera. Activities are Mu Alpha Theta, Leo Club, National Honor Society Treasurer, and Woodwind Captain. Her future plans are to attend the University of Houston to study business. Her favorite memory is when Megan dropped her rice on the bus. And her advice is to struggle is a good thing. Anna Cow from the band, being escorted tonight by Irma Moulton. Her activities include GTAT, Leo Club, National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta, and one-act play. Plans to attend Stephen F. Austin State University to major in math and become a math teacher. Favorite memory is when Leona Bell's bell kit fell apart on the field. Her advice is bring Raid to the band hall. Next we have Daniela Corona, being escorted by Alicia and Manuel Corona. Her activities include band, color guard, Spanish club, and the drill team. Her plans are to attend Lee College for Business Management and start her own business. Her favorite memories are practicing with her teammates. Next, we have Natalie De La Cruz, being escorted by Susana De La Cruz. Activities include YL Journalism, Mu Alpha Theta, Student Council, Board Member of the Leo Club, Chair of the National Honor Society, and Woodwind Captain for the band. Plans to attend Blinn College to study veterinary technology. Her favorite memories are bus rides to contests and away games. Her advice is work hard for your state year and don't forget to always have fun. Next up is Elise Garcia, the color guard captain, being escorted by Araceli De La Cruz and Antonio Garcia. Her activities include National Honor Society, Spanish Club, Student Council, President of the Leo Club, Mu Alpha Theta, and also participates in one-act play and literary criticism. She has been accepted to the Bauer College of Business at the University of Houston and will major in business finance. Her memory is learning new routines and helping teach the new members. Her advice is appreciate all the little moments because they go by super fast. Next we have Sandra Hernandez from Color Guard, being escorted by her brother Roberto Hernandez. Activities include a HOSA officer, National Honor Society officer, member of the Mu Alpha Theta, Leo Club, and Spanish Club. Planning to attend the University of St. Thomas to receive a Master of Science in Nursing to become a nurse practitioner. Favorite memory is being with her friends and enjoying the bands as they performed at regionals. From the band we have Eric Martinez, being escorted by Alejandro and Estefana Martinez. Other activities include soccer, National Honor Society, Spanish Club, Mu Alpha Theta, and GTHE. Plans to major in mathematics at the University of Houston Clear Lake, become a math teacher. Favorite memory was going to Waller for band. And his advice is do not procrastinate. Next is Natalia Isabella Martinez from the band, being escorted by Chabelo and Eva Martinez. Her activities are Spanish Club, UIL Calculator and Current Events, HOSA, Leo Club, GTHE, reporter for the National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta historian, and Pantherette. Her plans are to major in pre-med and pursue a career as a pediatric endocrinologist. Her favorite memories are waking up early on Saturday mornings to go to band competitions. Her advice is continue to work hard and bring home state next year. Abigail Ortega from the band, being escorted by Juan and Alejandra Ortega. Spanish Club, Leo Club, Student Council, GTAT, Pantherette Drill Team, Yearbook, and current head drum major of the marching band. Her plans are to get basics at Lee College, then transfer to the University of Houston or to Stephen F. Austin to major in human resources. Favorite memory is when Chase hit Roslyn on the head with the flag. Her advice is don't take things for granted. Create many memories until the very end. Next we have Owen Stevenson from the band, being escorted by Lena and Chris Stevenson. Owen is also a member of the Leo Club. Plans to study physics at Texas A&M University. Favorite memory is hanging out with your friends after the football games. And his advice is, don't listen to our advice. Next we have Adrian Whittington from the band, being escorted by Adrian and Danny Whittington. National Honor Society and Student Council President, GTAT, Mu Alpha Theta. Vice President, UIL State Qualifier, and Head Brass Captain. Plans to attend Texas A&M University to major in political science. Favorite memory is performing the 2018 show, Living the Dream. His advice is never give up. I guess he should have taught Owen about advice. Next is Jaden Bennett, being escorted by Vanessa and Jeff Bennett. Activities include varsity baseball manager and outside of school doing competitive cheerleading. She plans to attend Lamar University to become an athletic trainer. Her favorite memory is senior night at Bella's house. Next we have Jemiah Kirkwood, cheerleading squad, being escorted by Keitra Thompson and her aunt, Martha Smith. Varsity cheerleader for 4 years, varsity basketball for 3 years, varsity volleyball for 3 years, and varsity track for 4. Plans to attend Vet Tech Institute of Houston and take the veterinary technician national exam to be a licensed vet tech. Favorite memory is at cheer camp her sophomore year where they played hide and seek in the dorms. Advice is always be the best that you can on and off the field. Also from the cheer squad, Presley Moore, being escorted by Hallie Moore and Emily Traxler. National Honor Society, Student Council, FFA, GTAT, and HOSA. Plans to attend Texas State to study forensic psychology. Favorite memory, always showing up late to practices, games, camp, thus making Maylee and Mrs. Hillier mad. And speaking of Maylee, we have Maylee Sherman, cheer captain, escorted by Paige Sherman and Josh Sherman. National Honor Society, Student Council, Leo Club, HOSA, GTAT, and softball. Plans to attend Texas State to pursue a bachelor's degree in nursing. Favorite memory, when she was at cheer camp and threw her shoe at Mallory, and she wet herself. Her advice is live in the moment. Number 5, other football team, Lane Cormier, escorted by Melissa and Nathan Cormier. Also a basketball player for your Anahuac Panthers. Plans to be a walk-on for basketball in college. His favorite memory, playing basketball with the boys. Lane, I think you like basketball. His advice is grind out the things you want. Ty Pham, number 10, being escorted tonight by Cindy and James Kingsbury. Ty is also in powerlifting and in track. Plans to go to work in the oil field and also be a fishing guide. His favorite memory is making the most tackles on the field. And he is a tackling machine, ladies and gentlemen. Ladarian Leday, number 16, being escorted by Charlene Russell and Charles Leday. Has also played basketball for 4 years, 2 years of tennis, and is a member of the Spanish Club. Plans to go to college for process technology. His favorite memory is throwing a deep and perfect pass to Kelbo Flex. Algon Brinkley, number 20, being escorted by James Brinkley and Tim Sullivan. Also participates in golf and powerlifting. Plans to go to Texas State Technical College for a degree in aviation. Favorite memory is participating in regionals last year in powerlifting. Next up is number 23, Quinn Anderson, being escorted by Kara Cable and Preston Anderson. Quinn plans to enlist in the United States Marine Corps or become a comedian. And this is where his mom is supposed to roll her eyes. I don't know how this could be a favorite memory about losing a fingernail on the first day of conditioning, but as well as the friendships made along the way. His advice is be coachable and keep your head up even through doubtful moments. Next up is Maya Bailey, being escorted by Samaya Bailey and somebody who's not on my list. His activities are rodeo. His plans are to be a supervisor on the pipeline and to rodeo with friends. His favorite memory was the 45-yard run at Bridge City. His advice is always give 100% and don't play without having your mind in the game. You will only hurt the team. Next up is number 32, Alex Viejo, being escorted by Vanessa Viejo. Alex is also in the FFA, and he does attend on Planning College. His favorite memories are all the rides to away games on the baseball bus. His advice is cherish each moment. It ends in the blink of an eye. Number 33, Logan DeHoyas, being escorted by Missy and Felipe DeHoyas. He too is also a rodeo. He's going to go into welding and do rodeoing with friends. His favorite memory was the 48-yard scoop and score on homecoming night just a couple weeks ago. His advice, play each game as if it is your last. Tomorrow is a day away, and you may not get the chance again. Number 44, Kay Dye, being escorted by Clay and Shanna Dye. Also plays baseball, powerlifting, and is in student council. Future plans are to go to college, get a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering. Favorite memory is starting his first game on varsity as a freshman. His advice is stay humble. Next we have Kevin Hernandez, number 52, escorted by Jose and Carmen Hernandez. Plays soccer, does powerlifting, track, band, and HOSA. Plans to attend Baylor to become a sports medicine doctor. Memory, being able to experience a playoff game. His advice, enjoy every practice and game like it's your last. Number 53, Carter Newell, being escorted by Cherie and Robert Smith. Powerlifting, track and field, and an officer in FFA. Plans to go into the workforce after graduation. His favorite memory was his first day of summer practice after he moved here because he knew they were going to have a great team. His advice, don't talk about it, just do it. Number 65, Blake Besdick, being escorted by Marty and Cindy Besdick. He's also a shopper for your Anahuac Panthers. Plans to attend San Jacinto College and the nursing program to become an RN and get his master's degree. He wants to eventually end up in the medical center at Methodist Hospital. Favorite memory is Coach Dale's locker room speeches. Number 70, Horacio De La Cruz II, being escorted by Elvia and Horacio De La Cruz Sr. A tennis player in the band, does powerlifting, and is in HOSA. Plans to go to Stephen F. Austin State University to major in nursing. Favorite memory is going to the playoffs in his junior year. Advice, always remember to be mentally tough in tough situations. Number 78, Logan Lutz, being escorted by Whitney and Eddie Lutz. FFA officer, FFA Ag Clay Shooting Team, and 4-H Sporting Clays Team. Attending to plan Anglo State University and compete at the collegiate level on the Rams Clay Target Team. His favorite memory was winning the 2020 Ag Clay Male State Championship. His advice is take in every moment as it goes by faster than you think. Number 81, Kevin Purcell, being escorted by Angelina Randall. Kelvin runs track and is in powerlifting. Plans to go to college for welding. Favorite memory is in practice, Camp threw me a deep pass, then snagged on Luke with one hand. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, number 82, Wyatt Gates, Being escorted by Brad and Teresa Gates. Wyatt is member of student council, plays baseball and golf. Future plans are to play baseball at the next level and become a chemical engineer. His favorite memory is when I lost on Alex Viejo in practice. His advice is, a hot head does not win hot games. Good advice. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your seniors. Let's give them a big round of applause.
And a big congratulations to all the seniors here tonight as we honor all of them from the various sports, the bands, the clubs, and everything. We are very super proud of all the seniors and wish them all the luck as they move on after graduating. We're going to take a quick break here, but we're going to be right back with the coaches' interviews. First, we're going to start with Woodville head coach Ty Robinson, and we'll be back right after this. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Kyle White Stadium here at the Title Services pregame show. I'm Trent Hart, and we are getting ready for the second place District 10 3A matchup between Woodville and Anahuac. But before we do that, we're going to go down to the field for the coach's interview with Woodville head coach Ty Robinson.
Alex Outram back on the Title Services pregame show here on Anahuac Sports Live, joined by the head coach of the Woodville Eagles, head coach Ty Robinson. Coach, coming into tonight 3-2 in district play, and tonight is one of the most important games of district play against the Panthers tonight. Going over last week, hard-fought game against East Chambers. When you look back on the video last week, what did you like, and what were some of the things that y'all could improve on?
I really like number 20 from East Chambers. I really like number 10. They got some really, really good players, and Coach Southern does a great job coaching them. I thought our effort was good. We gave her, offensively, we moved the ball the entire game. I believe we got down inside the 10-yard line 3 times and didn't come away with any points. Turned it over I think turned it over all 3 times. Obviously, if we're going to win the night, we can't turn the ball over like we did last week. I think it was 4 or 5. Defensively, they had, Caesar had a lot of yards, and pretty much they got all the yards on 8 plays. But that's them. They were really explosive, and I don't know if we really played that bad. Honestly, they're just pretty dadgum good. And we're a young team, and we weren't ready. Maybe we'll be ready for them in a couple of weeks. Hopefully, God willing, we can get there. But they're really good.
Coming into a game of this importance in district play, is this really a game where you have to pump your team up this week, or how did they come in with practice this week?
No, you don't have to pump them up. This is the most important game of the year. That's why I tell them every week it's the most important game of the year, because this is the one we've got right now. The last 8 to 9 months have taught us anything, is that tomorrow is not guaranteed, and we have a game tonight. And it wouldn't be mad if we were both 9-0, if we were both 0-9. It's the most important game because it's the one we have right now. And I think the kids appreciate that with the way everything happened last year. And, hopefully we're going to be ready to play.
For those who are watching and listening tonight, what kind of defense do you run, and who's some of your key cogs?
Defensively, really it all starts up front with our senior defensive tackle, DeQuincy Wise. He's a explosive playmaker, been a 3-year starter for us, and he's pretty good. We have 2 veteran linebackers, Marcus Wagner, number 8, another senior, be a 3-year starter, and then our Mike backer is Nick Traylor. And we got some other guys, free safety is 2-year starter now, sophomore. Lane Ferguson. We're really young. We're starting several sophomore. I believe out of our top 22 starters, I think 15, 16 of them are freshmen, sophomores right now. So we're a young squad.
Base 4-3 defense.
Base even front 4-2-5.
4-2-5.
Do some pretty multiple.
Okay. Flipping to the other side of the football, what kind of offense you like to run, and some of your key players there?
We want to try to air it out, and we don't huddle, try to play fast. All starts and ends with our quarterback right now, Jack Fowler, and then he's got the one started the year out for us was Darius Bean, so he can come in. We've got some packages worked out now for him. He's probably a better runner. Jack's a better passer. And then, I guess probably headlining our senior wide receiver, Ja'Cory Hyder. He's actually committed to play linebacker at UTSA in San Antonio. So, he's done some really good things for us. We feel like we have a pretty strong receiving core. Again, we're pretty deep there. But of course, our success ultimately will rest with our offensive line, and that's probably headlined there by Jack Gore. He's been
Alex Outram back on the Title Services pregame show here on Anahuac.
And sorry about that, folks. We had to cut that a little short as we're running out of time here in the pregame, but we're going to get back to the Anahuac head coach interview. And in case you missed any of that first part, it will be edited and posted on YouTube tomorrow. So be looking out for that, as we'll be right back with the interview with head coach Greg Neese of the Anahuac Panthers.
Alex Outram back on the Title Services pregame show, joined by the head coach of the Anahuac Panthers, head coach Greg Neese. And Coach, coming into this week, probably the biggest game of the year for you in district play, coming off a win last week against Kirbyville, 23-22, in some pretty exciting fashion.
Well, it got too exciting, actually, for a lot of people. I've seen a lot. I've been coaching for 30-something years, so I've seen just about everything. But we almost got beat on one of those ESPN plays of the week, the lateral play, the very last play of the game. and they almost executed it. You can tell they practiced on it, and hats off to them. But they threw a little curl pass to the tight end. He flipped it across, and there's 2 more laterals, and they got all the way down inside the 5-yard line, and we tackled them. And De Hoyos, who's always hustling, and he's always hustling, so he ripped the ball out, and we ended up with the football. So, it was very exciting and nerve-wracking, to say the least.
Talk about the importance of tonight, holding your own destiny, win, pick up that all-important second place here in the district. Talk a little bit about how practice was this week. Is it something where you actively have to pump them up, or are they pretty amped up coming into this week?
Well, we're still, as far as the football program, I still think we are almost getting past the infant stages of being a real program. But, sometimes teenagers, it's not as important to them on a certain day as it is to the coaches. I mean, it happens all the time, no matter where you're at. Even when I was at Newton, we think there's a big game coming up, and we're preparing Saturday and Sunday as coaches, and we get there Monday, and the kids are joking around or somebody misses, and they act like they don't care, and so it's always a challenge. So if they're like that, you have to kind of get their minds back into focus, and I kind of had to do that a couple times this week. But they responded well, and we had a really good week of practice. Just did our walkthrough right before we came out here to warm up, and everybody's keyed in and concentrating, and that's a good to see when you're into it mentally. I just think that just helps your physical play so much out there on the field.
Looking back at the stats last week and going back a few weeks, really looks like you've picked up some traction from the beginning of the year with your running game. You've had Corbett, Landon back there obviously running the football, but Christian Sanchez, Cade Dye, and Jamaj Bailey really carrying some of the load for you here the last few weeks.
Right. All those guys are doing a great job. I'm going to take time right now just to kind of brag on Christian. He is really turning into a really good running back. He probably ran the best he's run all year last week. He ran physical. He ran in traffic. And he's not the thickest of kids, but he's about 170 pounds. And he's got really good speed. He's got great feet because he plays soccer. And he is really kind of, in the first of the year, he wasn't even playing running back. Mm-hmm. Someone said, "Coach, did you know that Christian played running back in 7th grade?" So I said, "Christian, you play running back?" He goes, "Yes, sir." And I said, "Well, get in there and run scat." And then when I saw him, he had some natural things. So that's how he became a running back this year. And now he's one of the best running backs in the district and our best overall running back. So, the running backs are doing well, which means the offensive line is doing well. So we've kind of gone from I like to be a 60-40, 60% run, 40% pass, if I could do it that way. I would love to do it that way, but we're kind of like an 80-20 now, which is fine. And it's been kind of fun. It's strategic when you're trying to find formations to run the football in and find some weaknesses, how they line up, because we do a lot of different formations. So it's been fun that way. A lot of collaboration with our coaches during the game, especially on weekends also. And it's been a lot of fun moving the football, kind of a little different than we did last year.
In your prep this week coming into the game against the Eagles, something that we've talked about here, a very talented young football team. Right. But what have you seen on the tape, and what's kind of the plan tonight?
Well, if you take out Caesar at East Chambers, I would say Woodville's the most athletic team in the district. It's hard to you can't really say that with Caesar over there, because he's just kind of in the world by himself. Everybody looks like slow motion against him, and he's running on a cloud so light. But they're very athletic, and we got our hands full. They like to throw the ball deep. They got some receivers that can go get it, even if they're covered. If he's covered, they'll go out and get it. So they went from a slot T team to a spread team, which I think really fits our personnel. So it's a daunting challenge for us tonight, I assure you. And we don't want to get behind early. Buna beat them, but the Buna came out and scored like the first 3 possessions and stopped them the first 2 or 3 possessions. So they jumped out on them early. That's kind of the recipe, how we beat them last year at their place. We kind of jumped out on them early. So it's a different year, different game. So hopefully we're ready to play and some good things happen for us early.
With the progression of the defense, how do you think your defense matches up against the spread?
Well, I think they have the advantage because if you look in the secondary, we got 2 true freshmen playing. We brought up from JV. We got a safety that didn't play football last year. And so we're kind of inexperienced back there. But, the kids play hard, and you don't ever get experience unless you're out there. So they have the advantage personnel if you just went person by person. But I tell you where I think we do have them is we're real quick on the offensive or defensive line and our linebackers with Ty Pham, and they have some big splits. So the quarterback's not real mobile. So I think we can pressure the quarterback a little bit, and I think that's where we kind of have an advantage.
Keys to victory for tonight's contest?
Well, I think you got to do something positive early on offense, like put some points on the board, take advantage of the turnover because they do turn the ball over some, and we got to turn those turnovers into points. So I think that's what you got to look at. You can't shut them out. I just don't think that's feasible. I mean, we're going to try to every series try to shut them out, but the key is going to be what our offense can do tonight.
Well, Coach, appreciate the time as always before the game, and best of luck in tonight's game.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Greg Neese of the Anahuac Panthers as we continue our pregame show after this on Anahuac Sports Live. No Friday night is complete during high school football season without the national anthem. God bless the USA. Welcome in to another Friday night here on Anahuac Sports Live. As from Kyle White Stadium, we bring to you tonight the Anahuac Panthers versus the Woodville Eagles. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry, your primetime crew, joining you high atop the catbird seat here in Anahuac as we are set to go for 10-3A football, the last game of the district season, and up to this point, the most important game of the district season, as Trent, tonight is a huge battle for playoff placing in the next, moving into the playoffs.
Well, so many scenarios that you can go through. There's 4 different teams that Anahuac can face, and 4 different teams that Woodville can face next week, depending on what happens here tonight at this game and what depends on the neighboring districts' games that were going on tonight as well. Definitely an important game as these 2 teams battle it out for second place in this district, Alex.
We're going to have updates from around the area as much as we can tonight to keep everybody tuned in to what's going on in 10-3A play. As you just saw, Anahuac won the toss. They did defer, so they will kick the ball off here to begin the football game, and we'll get the ball to begin the second half of play. So Anahuac coming into tonight in second place, Woodville in a tie for third place. As we said, the ramifications of this game huge tonight, but the most important part of it is the fact that the Panthers control their own destiny. Win, and they're in the second place spot in 10-3A. Makes them make sure that they take on a lesser opponent as we move into the Texas high school football playoffs, which was not a formality this year with everything that's been going on, but thank goodness things have gone well for 10-3A as we get set for a kick tonight. Kristen Sanchez has the ball teed up. Back deep for the Eagles. includes Jalen Kibble. As this ball is going to be end over end, taken by Kibble at the 25, looking to make room across the 30, 35, and getting tripped up and tackled by Sanchez. As that is where the Eagles will set up shop for their first possession of the ball game. Hurry-up offense is what you're going to be seeing tonight from the Eagles, as they're going to come out in the spread 4 wide, 2 to each side. Offset to his right, rolling right. Pass is going to be complete to the 38-yard line. Gain of 8. Raylan Williams with the completion from Jack Fowler. As we said, hurry-up offense, 4 wide. Fowler looks to get the play call from the sideline. Head coach Ty Robinson of the Woodville Eagles, who you heard from in the pregame show. Fowler looking downfield, has a man, separation just overthrown.
It was a good throw. It just was too far. I mean, he just had too much arm on that one.
We'll bring up 3rd down and long. As you heard from head coach Greg Neese in the pregame show, getting out to a quick start is key. As he said, one of the keys to victory for Buna early on this year against the Eagles was getting out and scoring on their first 3 possessions. Fowler sets back, trying to set up a screen, is going to fall to the turf as the Eagles have forced 3 and out on the first possession of the ballgame.
That was just great hold by the Anahuac defense to keep it to 3 and out here in this first possession. You know, that you couldn't have asked for more out of that defense to start this football game.
So trying to see who is back deep to handle the kicking duties for the Eagles. As for the Panthers, Zion Clark back deep. The rugby-style punt by Logan Brush.
It's a good one.
Is a good punt, and off the fingertips of Clark. We'll see if he jumped back on it. They're going to say he did, as the Panthers will start 1st down and 10 from their own 18-yard line. What a punt by Brush.
Great punt, and, you know, Zion kind of mishandled it there, was able to jump back on it.
So Landon Corbett, the sophomore quarterback, will lead his squad onto the field. As Corbett will start under center.
We have a penalty flag on the play.
And just like that, we're going to have too many men on the field for
Against the Panthers.
the Panthers.
The Panthers have got to limit the penalties here tonight, and that's not what they were looking for.
5-yard penalty remains, 1st down, 15 to go.
Senior night here tonight for the Panthers, as you saw in the pregame show. So once again, now 1st down and 15, Corbett under center. Sends a man in motion, going to get the handoff there, trying to make the edge, and is going to be stopped in the backfield. In on the tackle for the Eagles,
Number 35,
Kevon Pear.
For the Eagles. Loss of 1 on the play. 2nd down, 16.
So loss of 1 will bring up 2nd down and 16. Did not see who was on the carry there.
32, I thought was his number.
Right, so Jamaj Bailey. I'm sorry, Alex Viejo. Pitch right is going to be caught in the backfield again. As this one going to Sanchez, tried to extend it forward.
Causing a loss on the play. Ball's back at the 10-yard line.
Loss of 2 by Sanchez. Now 3rd down and long for the Panthers, as they've gone nothing but backwards here on their opening drive of the ballgame.
I mean, you almost expect the pass here as the ground game has not been able to get much going at all on these first 3 downs. We'll see what they do here.
Corbett out of the gun, 3 wide. Sets back, looking to his right, has Clark, is going to be underthrown, as that was actually 80.
He just wasn't where Corbett thought what he was going to be. I mean, there was just some miscommunication there. And the pass wasn't even thrown anywhere in the vicinity of his intended target. I don't have a number 80 on my sheet either.
Now we're going to try to get that here at our first timeout. Set back to punt is Sanchez. High snap, comes down with it, gets the kick away, as this is going to take a Panther bounce, as it's going to roll out of bounds right about the 47 or 48, depending on where he spots it.
I think around the 48, as the Woodville Eagles will start with excellent field position for their second possession.
So not the way head coach Greg Neese wanted to start the ball game, as the Eagles in plus territory to begin their second drive of the ball game. It's Fowler out of the gun, 4 wide once more for the Eagles. High snap, handoff is going to go straight up the gut, fighting his way forward. Is going to pick up a yard, and that'll be it. On the carry, Marcus Wagner.
23 Anderson for the Panthers in on the stop. Gain of 1, second down 9.
So second down and 9. Just like that, Fowler looking downfield. Has a man just off the fingertips, as that was intended for Lloyd Evans. So once again, 2 plays for the Eagles, and third down and long once more. Would love to get out of here with another 3 and out to give the offense the football back once more.
Good coverage there by Adam Gaius on that last pass. Looks like they're going to pass it again.
Trips to the near side. Fowler sets back, lofting it up, is going to be overthrown and will fall harmlessly to the turf, as once more the Panthers have held the Eagles to 3 and out.
Kind of a big break there for the Panthers, as they weren't able to get anything going on the last offensive possession. But off this punt, I expect it to pin them back unless it rolls into the end zone.
Brace had a fantastic rugby-style punt his first attempt. Now the Panthers have to be wary about a fake, as in plus territory. Wagner rolling left. Will get the Brace rolling left. He's going to punt it out of bounds.
Another 23.
As that is not a bad scenario for the Panthers.
Hey, they gave it the 26.
Give it to us at the 26. So with 8:45 remaining here in the first quarter, Anahuac will set up in better field position here for their second possession of the ballgame. First quarter being brought to you in part by Wilcox Drugstore, 1208 Miller Street here in Anahuac, 409-267-6141. Corbett under center. Sanchez to deep back. Gets the carry off left side, trying to make some hay, as he's going to fall forward to about the 31. And that'll be a good pickup of 5 for Sanchez.
Well, their best gain so far this game, as 5 yards is eaten up there by Sanchez, spinning in and out in heavy traffic in the middle of that defensive line.
No score on your Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm scoreboard. So we tick under 8 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Corbett out of the gun, 2 wide to the near side. Handoff straight up the gut. Sanchez
there
across
he goes.
The 35-40 is going to cut back, as he's going to get tackled at about the 47. Give him the 48. That's going to be a pickup of 20 and a first down.
We'll go back. They're hurrying up to the line here.
Quickly to the line. Quick pass is going to be to midfield. Corbett's first completion of the ball game. Fortunately, we still do not have a name here for that wide receiver. We'll try to get it. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry. Back here from Kyle White Field on the campus of Anahuac High School. 10-3A football tonight. Last ball game of the season, senior night for the Anahuac Panthers. 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard completion to Luke Rivon. It's Corbett out of the gun.
Ball's on the ground.
Ball is on the ground, and it looks like Anahuac jumped back on top of it.
Well, they're fighting and biting for it at the bottom of that.
They are giving it back to Anahuac, but it's going to be a loss of 2. We'll bring up 3rd down and 10. Getting off the bottom of the pile.
You know, that's something that's plagued this Anahuac offense all season. Mishandled snaps and the ball getting on the turf more times than I'm sure Greg Neese would like.
Offensive lineman Logan Lotz, heads up play, jumping on the football there, and just like that, 3rd down and 10. Will be the 5th play of the drive. Corbett looking downfield, under pressure, tucks it. It's going to get across midfield. It's going to get tackled forward to the 44. It's going to be a pickup of 8. That's going to be 2 yards short. Now decision time for head coach Greg Neese in plus territory.
I think he goes for it here, Alex.
Defense has been solid the first 2 possessions for the Eagles. And he talked about in the pregame show how he wanted to get out quick. Corbett getting the play call. Expect the Panthers to move very quickly to the line. They're going to go 3 wide. Corbett out of the gun. He's going to be offset to his right. Rivon in motion. As we're going to have a false start.
That'll change the decision by Coach Neese because of that.
Well, there was some frustration there on that play by head coach Greg Neese as he did motion for the punting team. That'll set up 4th down and 7. Second penalty of the ball game for the Panthers. And we'll bring Sanchez back into the game. Back deep for the Eagles, Lloyd Evans. Sanchez gets to kick off. Solid punt. It's going to land at the 21. Take a Panther bounce, but it's going to bounce right into a defender. And that'll be called dead there at the 19-yard line. Unlucky there for the Panthers. But quickly, the 3rd possession of the first quarter here for the Eagles. With 5:48 remaining in the first quarter, no score.
Want to remind everybody to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Help us get to that magic 1,000 subscriber mark on YouTube. We're getting there. Hopefully we can get to 400 tonight with your help.
Fowler out of the gun, 4 wide, rolling to his right, looking downfield, has a man complete. Across the 35, fighting forward to the 39, as that'll be a pickup of 20 to Raylan Williams.
It's definitely Woodville's best play of the night. And we'll see if we can take a look at it here before they go back, and we're not going to be able to. We got to switch back because it was so fast to the line.
Rolling left, looking downfield. Again, it's Williams, and this one's going to be incomplete. Williams has both the receptions so far from Fowler.
Let's try to go back to that replay for that last play for Woodville to eat up a chunky yardage here.
See plenty of time for Fowler as he's able to roll to his right and clear out some space. It's Fowler out of the gun. They've got trips to the far side. Woodville moving left to right as you look to your monitors. Sets back. Looking downfield, under pressure, tries to air it out, has a man. It's going to be in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. Pounds the turf as that pass was intended for Williams again.
Well, Williams had a step on the cornerback, and it was just through the hands, and that would have been a huge play for the Woodville offense.
3rd down and 10. The 4th play of this drive, first down of the ball game for the Eagles on this drive. Looking to the sideline and head coach Ty Robinson. 3rd down and 10, trips again to the far side. Looking under pressure as
it's going to bring it down.
Go down. As who else in on the tackle? Logan DeHoyos, the senior, coming in for the sack and to ensure that the Eagles will be punting.
Now the lifeblood of that Anahuac Panther defense, DeHoyos, you just never get tired of calling his name during the game.
So back is Branch to handle the kicking duties. The rugby-style punt, another booming punt, as this one's going to take an Eagle bounce. Rolling inside the 21, will come to rest at the 25, will come to rest at the 22, and that is where the Panthers will set up for their 3rd possession of the ball game.
Want to take a quick chance to remind everybody about our giveaways. We're going to be giving away 2 Spirit t-shirts and also 2 AP Spirit cowbells. For the t-shirts, it doesn't matter if you're watching from Woodville, if you're watching from Anahuac, we can put your school logo on the front of our shirt, and all you got to do is hit that subscribe button to be entered to win tonight by the end of the night, and we'll get them to you.
Corbett out of the gun, offset by Bailey and Sanchez, looking downfield to Clark, as just out of the fingertips is Zion Clark. We'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Clark has no issue getting separation from corners. The issue's just been getting him the ball.
Well, Corbett looked like he was kind of throwing blind there as he just threw it up in the air and looked for a jump ball, as they often do, to Zion.
Clark and Ryvon to the near side. Handoff is going to go to Sanchez. Sanchez trying to get some traction. He's going to be met just past the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward for a pickup of 2, and we'll bring up 3rd down and 8.
3rd down, 8, 24-yard line.
We'll tick under 3.5 minutes here in the first quarter on this play.
Want to thank Kai Till for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate your support, Kai.
Defense has been the name of the game here in the first quarter. 3 wide for the Eagles. Corbett sets back. Looking downfield, has a man. It's going to be bobbled and incomplete. Clark couldn't come down with it. And that will bring up 4th down. For the Panthers. Here with 3:26 remaining in the first quarter. So Sanchez back deep. Snap right on.
Good punt this
Nice
time from
punt
Sanchez.
From Sanchez pushes the returner back to the Panther 30. Trying to make a move. He's going to get caught. He's going to try to fall forward. He'll pick up a couple yards, but he's not going to get much off the fantastic punt from Christian Sanchez.
Good punt, good coverage there by the Panther punt team. Able to bring him down quickly and not offer any yardage back to the Eagles.
So they're going to mark the line of scrimmage at the 33. The Panther defense so far this evening has stood strong. Out of the gun is Jack Fowler. Inside handoff is going to be taken across the 35. They're going to mark it at the, we'll see if they give him the 48 or the 47. They're going to give him the 48. So pick up a 5. As on the hard count, they're going to get the Panthers jumping off sides. Should be enough to move the chains here for the Eagles.
It is against offsides on the Panthers. That will give them the first down.
It's going to be the third penalty of the ball game for the Panthers tonight for 15 yards. Has been a bugaboo for the Panthers so far this year.
Or at least it should be the first down.
So it's going to bring up second down in centimeters, apparently. Four wide for the Eagles. Fowler out of the gun, hands it off to Pear once more. He's going to bowl his way forward as he's going to pick up a tough earned 4 yards and a first down.
Good hard run there by Byrne to get the first down and move the chains for the Eagles.
Fowler out of the gun, 4 wide once more. Sets back. Lofts it up again. Coverage is spot on. Ball's going to fall out of bounds and will be second down and 10. Doesn't look like there's too much to the passing game, as we've seen a lot of passes just lofted up left and right. Fowler's not been able to connect on too much so far. 2 of 7 for 22 yards. So they'll send trips to the far side. Handoff is going to go right side, and that's not going anywhere. Jumping into the backfield was Kevin Hernandez, the senior linebacker. As we're going to have timeout on the field by the Eagles. We'll take it with them back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
You've heard about shopping local. How about banking local? Since 1976, Anahuac National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Chambers County. We know you see Anahuac National Bank folks out in the community supporting our schools, veterans, and nonprofits. Why not bank where you live? These experienced banking professionals understand local businesses and the housing market. Visit online today at anbank.net, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Third down and 12 here from Cal Whitefield on the campus of Anahuac High School. $1:59 remaining here in the first quarter.
Want to give a quick shout out to Alan Flores. Happy birthday, Alan. Today is his birthday, and wishing him a very, very happy birthday.
Third down and 12. Fowler out of the gun, rolling to his right. Under deep pressure, makes a move, gets away, and intercepted. Landon Corbett making the catch right off his left shoulder to turn the ball over. The first turnover of the game, as the Panthers will set up shop at their own 47.
Let's take another look at this play. As Corbett put himself in perfect position. As the quarterback was under pressure, threw off of his back foot and took care of business.
Boy, what focus there by Corbett as he secured the ball against his shoulder pad and held on as soon as he hit the turf. So we'll see if that's the spark that the Panther defense needs. First down and 10. Fakes the handoff. Corbett straight up Main Street.
He's gone.
And he's going to take it to the house. 20-10, pay dirt, touchdown, Panthers.
And that is exactly what they needed, as you just said, Alex. Big play on defense and then an even bigger play on offense.
Boy, how many times have you seen defense keying the offense? Not too many times do you see the same player on defense keying the spark, then taking it to the house for the touchdown.
And you're exactly right. You don't see that too often.
So Sanchez back to tack on the PAT. Snap back, kick up is through and true. So with 1 minute and 44 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, the Panthers have struck first as they lead Woodville 7-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers!
As I mentioned earlier, we're going to have a giveaway tonight, folks. We have 2 Spirit T-shirts and 2 AP Spirit cowbells, courtesy of Anahuac Sports Live, and we've got you covered. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. And those that are, who do subscribe to us tonight by the end of the game or donate to the channel will be entered to win one of the 2 T-shirts or the 2 cowbells.
Christian Sanchez back to kick it off. End over end kick is going to fall at the 20. Across the 25, across the 30, and brought down from behind at the 35-yard line. In on the tackle for the Panthers, Kelvin Fiesel.
Want to take a look at that play before we took the break for the score for the Panthers, as Corbett made the interception on defense and then took it himself all the way to the house for the score for the Panthers. As a huge hole opened up front, and there was nobody to catch him after that.
Drive, 1 play, 53 yards. Took 8 seconds off the clock as Anahuac struck first. They lead at 7-0. Handoff, straight up the gut, nothing giving. Meeting him at the line of scrimmage and in the backfield, Kevin Hernandez once more. Second tackle for a loss in tonight's ballgame. Loss of 2 as the handoff went to Pop Pregame. Fowler setting back, has a man downfield just off the fingertips, as creating separation was Ja'Cory Hyder. First time we heard his name tonight.
You know, the Eagles definitely not afraid to take chances at those big time pass plays. And you got to wonder, Alex, when one of those are going to hit the strike.
So far, the Panther defense has been playing very solid in the secondary, as Fowler has already thrown an INT. 3rd down and 12. Panther defense trying to hold. Has a man, is going to be overthrown, incomplete, and just like that, 3 and out from the Panther defense, as the Eagles have had 5 possessions here in the first quarter. Nonetheless, 4th down and 12, as Branch will be coming into the ballgame to handle the punting duties. 1 minute left here in the first quarter. Snap back, rolling to his left, getting the kick underway. Another solid punt, takes an eagle bounce. Clark has nothing he can do except for let it roll, as it's going to roll inside the 15 and will be marked dead at the 14-yard line here with 47 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Seven nothing. Anahuac leads Woodville on your Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm scoreboard. Again, want to thank Wilcox Drug Store for sponsoring the first quarter. So Corbett will come under center. Dye and Sanchez the deep backs. Fakes the pitch. Handoff straight up the gut to Sanchez. Sanchez fighting his way forward as he gets to the 29. That's going to be a pickup of 15 and a first down.
Speaking of Porter's Processing, thank you so much for the donation to the channel.
Just like that, back underway. We'll want to thank Porter as that handoff is going to go straight up the gut. He'll pick up a gain of 2. Don't give him 3. So Sanchez, 43 yards.
Sorry about that. As Porter's Processing, as you can see, is the sponsor of our scoreboard tonight. We thank him so much for their donation. They're now doing deer processing, open all season. And as most of you know, tomorrow is opening weekend for deer season. As Porter Processing wants to say good luck to all the hunters this weekend and congratulations to all the Anahuac seniors.
Look out, Bambi's backstrap is coming up.
I'm hoping to get me one tomorrow, Alex, and I will be definitely taking it to Porter's if I do.
Into the first quarter of play, Anahuac leads Woodville 7-0. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
As I was saying earlier, we are doing the giveaway, and there was a question in the chat when we will be doing that. The time to submit your subscription is tonight, and we will do that giveaway. We usually post our video on Monday.
Corbett fakes the handoff, left side. Corbett taking it forward, fighting his way as he's going to get to the 39, and that should be enough to move the chains after the pickup of 7.
So we usually do our drawings on Monday, so be on the lookout for that, and that's usually posted on our Facebook page. And if you haven't done so yet, go check out our Facebook page. Give us a follow over there as well.
First down for the Panthers of the ballgame. Deep back, Sanchez and Dye. Dye is going to pitch it back. Pass from Clark as he was looking for Rivon, as a little razzle-dazzle from head coach Greg Neese and the Panthers. We'll bring up second down and 10. Second quarter being brought to you in part by Prime Agriculture Service. Here in Anahuac, 409-391-0097. Corbett out of the gun, sends Sanchez in motion. He's going to keep it himself, straight up the gut. Breaks the tackle, 40-45, keeps his feet 50, cuts it back upfield, across the 45, will fall forward to the 42, and that will be a pickup of 20 and a first down.
Just another great show of blocking up front there by the offensive line of the Panthers.
Sanchez, right side, flag on the field. We'll see what they have. 88 yards rushing on the evening for Corbett.
I think we might have a block in the back. That's what it is.
Holding
against
the Panthers. Referee Chad Cooper here of the Southeast Texas chapter of Tasso. His umpire Stephen Parker, line judge Brad Crone, head linesman Freddie Champagne, and the back judge Robert Tuck. From midfield, after the fourth penalty of the ball game for the Panthers, first down and 20. Ryvon in motion. Inside handoff, Cade. Cade die across the 45, bowling ball off defenders.
He's gone now.
20, 10, 5, touchdown Panthers. Cade die, the bowling ball, bowling over Eagle defenders like they were nothing, takes it to pay dirt as the Panthers extend their lead 13-0.
What a great run there by Dye as he shook off about 3 or 4 defenders before he broke loose to get it inside the end zone for a touchdown. And I just heard it, Mike Allstott being mentioned, and that's who Cade has reminded me of all year long.
Snap back, kick up is good. So, with 10:19 remaining here in the second quarter, Anahuac has extended their lead over Woodville 14-0. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
And we're back here at Anahuac Sports Live. Trent Hart, Alex Outram here with 10:19 remaining in the first half of play, where the Anahuac Panthers lead it over the Woodville Eagles 14-0. We're going to take a quick look at that last play by Dye as he rumbled and stumbled his way all the way into the end zone. It looks like it was at the 50. You see there, he zigzags his way, runs over one person, busts it loose, and nobody catching him. That big boy's got some speed.
Sanchez set to tee it up. As he's going to get the kick, over-end kick. It's going to take a bounce.
Stop.
It's a live football. Picked up at the goal line. The Panthers now are going to surround and take down the receiver for the Eagles. What a mental lapse there as they allowed the ball to get over his head. Was a live ball and had nothing to do but pick it up and try to run from the goal line. So deep in their own territory, Woodville will start from their own 7.
From what it looked like to me, was that the ball was on the goal line, and that technically is a touchback. He picked it up and tried to run with it.
5 plays, 86 yards. A K-Dye 52-yard rush to the house took 2 minutes and 38 seconds off the clock as Anahuac leads 14-0. And just like that, Logan DeHoyos coming up huge in the backfield as the linebackers Hernandez and DeHoyos have had fantastic opportunities to get in the backfield. Loss of 4 will bring up second down and 14.
This Panther team is definitely fired up now. Woodville is looking to get something going here before we go into halftime.
Out of the gun is Fowler, bobbles it, now picking it up to run. Actually, that's not Fowler. That's the other quarterback that was mentioned. That was Darius Bean, as Bean picked it up and ran with it. He's going to pick the 4 yards back up and will be third down and 10 deep in their own territory.
They definitely want to move the ball a little bit to give themselves room, as they're flirting with their own end zone at this point.
So it's Bean out of the gun. He's offset to his left, trying to see a number. Sets back, looking downfield, pumps, takes it down. De Hoyos trying to get him, gets away, is going to be able to complete the pass at the 20. He'll get to the 25.
That'll be enough for the first down. Good scramble there by the quarterback to avoid the tackle in the end zone from De Hoyos and get it away there to pick up the first down.
Pick up a 13, moves the chains for the Eagles. 35 yards receiving now for Raylan Williams. Bean rolling to the right side, pump fakes, gets himself some more time, and almost intercepted by Landon Corbett as he had the coverage on the receiver there. 2nd down and 10. So head coach Ty Robinson talked about both of his quarterbacks in the pregame show, talking about how Jack Fowler was probably the better thrower, but Darius Bean the better runner. So Bean now taking over here on this possession. Out of the gun. Low snap. Picks it up. Gets it away. That's going to be complete to Williams. That's going to be a pickup of 6, and we'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Looks like the Woodville offense is starting to find their rhythm a little bit.
41 yards on 4 receptions for Raylan Williams. Out of the gun is Bean.
You know, they run a very similar offense to Tarkington, and constant play changing and audibles at the line.
Trips to the near side. Bean rolling to the near side. Turns the corner, 30, 35, 40. As he's going to get pushed out of bounds at the 42. That'll be a pickup of 10, and we'll move the chains once more.
So good audible there. As I was just saying, they call a lot of audibles from the sideline as they saw something in the defense they liked and called for the run and the quarterback to keep it himself here to the near side.
1st down and 10 for the Eagles. That'll be the 5th first down of the first half for the Eagles. Bean out of the gun, trips to the far side, tries to set up the screen, complete. Across midfield is going to be taken down at the 47. Wrapping him up and not letting him go on the tackle. Thought that was 35. Nonetheless, into Panther territory at the 48. We're going to have a timeout on the field. The Panthers are going to take it, and we'll take it with them. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Looking for just the right bank? For a real community bank, locally owned and operated since 1976, come to Anahuac National Bank. Offering services from your first checking account to mobile and online banking to business and home loans. This is Texas banking at its best. Find us online at anbank.net. Anahuac National Bank, Chambers County's only locally owned and independently operated bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
As I mentioned earlier, you can also get in on the giveaways if you'd like to donate to the channel. We appreciate everybody's support, as if it wasn't for our sponsors and for you, our community, we wouldn't be able to bring you these live broadcasts. So you can do so on Venmo at AnahuacSportsLive or on PayPal. There's a link in the YouTube description of this video or the QR code on the graphic in front of you. And if you want, please leave a message when you do donate it, and we will say that message live right here on the air.
With the 7th play of this drive coming up, 2nd down and 3. As Bean is still the quarterback, 4 wide, 2 to each side. Woodville moving right to left. Fakes the pass and under duress, breaks a tackle, and is able to get it away and dropped.
Wow.
That is a punch in the gut as Ja'Cory Hyder could not come up with it. But Bean, acting like Houdini, was able to get out of a blitz from Ty Pham.
The big break there for the Eagles, because that would have been a huge loss in the backfield. I want to thank Heather Dillon for subscribing to a channel. Appreciate you, Heather.
8th play of the drive here for the Eagles. Bean sets back. Under pressure again. Did not get away this time. Ty Pham made sure he got him this time, as Bean did not see Pham coming. Loss of 10 on the sack. Brings up 4th down and long for the Eagles, and they will have to punt.
Let's see if we can see this replay before they get the punt away. As Pham comes in as the linebacker.
Branch rugby-style punt gets it away. Goodness, it takes a gigantic Eagle bounce, as that'll be taken at the 8. Clark trying to get around the defender, trying to get there. He's going to get across the 17, but that is where the Panthers will set up shop with 6:04 remaining here in the first half.
Those punts are so impressive, Alex, and it seems like none of them, you know, take a bounce the other way. They always seem to take a bounce for the kicking team, and you know, I haven't even been counting. What is his longest so far? Probably around 60 yards, I would think.
More and more you see in high school and college that rugby-style punt. And I tell you what, there's a college who's going to get themselves a good punter here. As you normally don't see that type of fantastic punting. Curiel into the game to handle quarterback, as that handoff went to Corbett. They're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. As Curiel getting to the sideline to get the play call from head coach Greg Neese. 2nd down and 10. 5 rushes, 88 yards for Corbett. Pitch back Corbett, right side. It's going to be upended at the 20. It's going to be a pickup of 3. We'll bring up 3rd down and 7 here, as we'll tick under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Curiel, the true freshman. I say true freshman. This isn't college. Curiel, the freshman quarterback for the Panthers.
Well, you're just repeating what Nee said in the interview.
So at the 20, 3rd down and 7. Curiel under center. Handoff straight up the gut. Corbett trying to fight his way forward. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage once more, and that will be all for this drive. 3 and out for the Panthers. Now, if the Panther defense can come back on the field and shut down the Eagles with 2 timeouts, the Panthers can get another possession and try to drive down. They are getting the ball here in the second half, so still plenty of time to get some more points on the board.
Well, as fast as this game is moving, Alex, and possessions back and forth, I fully expect the Panthers to get it back, and as the Eagles try to put some points on the board before we go into halftime.
Sanchez back deep, gets the kickoff. As this is going to take a Panther bounce. Taken at the 40, around the right side, into midfield, and a flag coming in.
And he threw that flag like he was
Nolan Ryan.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, that's a pretty good toss right there.
He meant it.
You're going to have to give some kudos to the line judge, Brad Crone, as that flag traveled about 20 yards.
I don't know what the call is yet.
Looking to the referee, Chad Cooper. block in the back against the Eagles, as that will set them back.
Unfortunate there, as they were going to get good field position on the return. And still not bad field position, as they're looking to put some points on the board here with 3:50 remaining in the half.
I'm sure if you ask head coach Greg Neese, he's not going to say that was very unfortunate. Out of the gun is Bean. Bean staying in the game, looking to take it himself across the 40, 45, 50, into midfield, runs into his own defender. He's going to be taken down at the 45. A pickup of 19, and that moves the chains. 23 yards on 4 carries for Bean. Quickly back to line of scrimmage. Out of the gun, rolling to his right. He's going to keep it again. 35-40. He's going to get out of bounds at the 40. And in fact, they're going to give him the 39 and a pickup of 5.
They're definitely starting to click on offense, the Eagles are, as they're marching it downfield.
From the 39 of the Panthers, Bean out of the gun, 4 wide, 2 to each side. Low snap, looking left, has a man. It's going to be caught, and it brought down
just short
at the 1.
You know, we talked about it earlier, Alex. That was, you know, they're not afraid to take shots down the field, and we were wondering when one of those shots were going to be thrown in there for a strike, and that was it.
Williams with the 43-yard reception gives him 84 yards receiving.
Huge play for the Eagle offense.
69 yards passing for Bean. First down and 10 from the Panther, or first down and goal from the Panther 1. Out of the gun. That's a different quarterback. On the Wildcat, taking it into the end zone for a touchdown. Lloyd Evans on the Wildcat will take it in for 1 and cut the Panthers' lead to 14-6, pending the point after.
We'll take a look at that big play here after the PAT.
So, snap back, kick is up, is through and true. So, with 3:11 remaining here in the first half, Woodville has cut the deficit in half. The Panthers still lead 14-7. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Want to escape to a relaxing destination on the Texas Gulf Coast? Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has just what you need. Nestled next to historic Fort Anahuac Park and less than an hour east of Houston, Trinity Bay RV and Lodging has everything for your next vacation, weekend getaway, or extended stay, offering daily, weekly, and monthly rates on 54 full hookup RV sites and 11 fully furnished cabins. Visit online today at TrinityBayRVLodging.com or give them a call, 409-267-6774.
So quick look at that huge play that set up the touchdown for Woodville, as aired out the football and brought down barely before the goal line. Great play, passing catch there by the Woodville Eagles.
And you know what, Trent? I got that wrong. That was Evans on the reception for 43. Evans' first reception of the ball game, and then he gets the opportunity out of the Wildcat to take it to the house.
Still a lot of time remaining, 3:11 in the half, as Woodville didn't take hardly any time off the clock.
Caught at the 20, across the 25, 30. Sanchez is going to fall forward. To the 33, as that is where the Panthers will start their next possession. That drive took 5 plays, only 39 seconds. They drove 64 yards, capped off with a Lloyd Evans 1-yard Wildcat run. The PAT was good as Woodville gets their first points of the ball game. They still trail 14-7 with 3:06 remaining here in the first half. Quick toss over to Rivon.
Pass is complete. Gain of 3. 36-yard line. Second down, 7.
You know, we haven't seen much like that out of the Panther offense this year, throwing those passes in the flat. And the times that they have had success with it. Only 3 yards on that play, but I expect to see more of that throughout the rest of the game and possibly into the playoffs.
Second down and 7. Corbett out of the gun. He's going to take it. He's going to get wrapped up from behind, and he is going to lose yardage. He's going to lose 2 yards on that rush. That'll make it 3rd down and 9. Here as we'll tick under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter, in the first half. Now you have to look at Woodville. Woodville still with 2 timeouts left, and plenty of time here in the first half remaining.
Well, and they, like I mentioned earlier, it seems like they found their rhythm offensively and not taking much time to get downfield on that last possession, as Anahuac's going to take their time here and let the clock run a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like head coach Greg Neese wants to talk about this 3rd down play. They're going to take as much time off the clock as they can. They're going to call a timeout with 1:39 remaining here in the first half, and we'll take it with them back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
As mentioned earlier, if you want to donate to the channel, please do so on the information on your screen on Venmo or PayPal at Anahuac Sports Live, or the YouTube link in the description on the YouTube video. Be sure to leave your message and we will read it live right here on Anahuac Sports Live.
Big play for the Panthers here. 3rd down and 9. On their own side of the field, the Panthers are going to have 3 receivers. Deep back, Corbett rolling right. Looking downfield, is going to throw the ball just underthrown as Clark couldn't come back for it. That's going to stop the clock with 1:33, and that will bring Christian Sanchez back onto the field to punt it away. Corbett took a shot as he tried to extend the play to get the ball downfield, but it was bang, that's why he looked like he didn't get enough on the pass, as he was getting hit as he was releasing the football.
Want to welcome Antonio Carmona. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you, Antonio, and welcome to Anahuac Sports Live on YouTube.
Sanchez, fantastic punt, driving the ball back. It's going to take a Panther roll inside the 20, and it'll be knocked dead at the Woodville 19-yard line. I'm sure head coach Greg Neese will have a conversation. If he doesn't touch the ball, a couple more seconds will come off before they blow the play dead. But with 2 timeouts remaining here in the first half for Woodville, coming off their best drive of the ball game, we'll see what head coach Ty Robinson has in store for this drive.
Well, it's definitely been the battle of the punters tonight, Alex, hasn't it?
It definitely has, and as they have flipped the field. The defensive have been stout, but I tell you what, a difference maker for the Eagles has been being under pressure. Jukes a couple of defenders, has to get back at the football as he almost had that ball knocked away by Logan De Hoyos.
Good job there by De Hoyos to hold on and bring him down in the backfield.
His third tackle for a loss. So a loss of 5 on the rush. Sack really for De Hoyos. His second sack of the evening. Second down, and we'll call it 14. Bean out of the gun as the Eagles not electing to call the timeout after that sack. Bean looking downfield, has time, under pressure, and he's going to get taken down again.
Hit very hard there, trying to come back up the middle.
Ty Pham with his second sack of the ball game.
Third down, 15.
After the loss of 1. So back-to-back sacks, just what the doctor ordered for the Panthers, and it does not look like the Eagles want any more of this Panther defense here in the first half. So we're going to go to the half. Well, I may have spoke too soon. Bean out of the gun, looking for one more play. Looking to throw it up. He's under pressure. It's going to be held on to. Now he's in the end zone.
Dangerous.
A dangerous play by Bean as he's going to throw it out of bounds. And that will be the end of the first half of play as there's a flag now.
Uh-oh.
Wondering if it may have been a late hit.
Intentional grounding.
Thank you, Guy. As he was correct. He did not.
That'll be the end of it. Or end of the first half, anyway.
That penalty is declined as the Panthers will take it to the half. In this all-important 10-3A ball game, the Panthers have been the aggressors and have been paid off handsomely, leading 14-7. We invite you to stick around for the halftime show as we'll be back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
We'll get back to our sponsors here in just a little bit, but something a little bit more important as Anahuac High School honors our veterans.
Unwavering support and gratitude. Tonight, let's give thanks to all of our America's veterans for their sacrifice and pray for the safe return of those who continue to serve in harm's way. At this time, please bring your attention to the scoreboard as Kaylin Rivas, a senior at Anahuac High School, shares her essay entitled, "Is This the Country Our Forefathers Envisioned for Us?"
Thank you everyone for coming out tonight to celebrate our veterans who are here with us today. To the veterans, thank you for serving our country and protecting our freedoms. In school, we were given a topic to write about. The topic was, is this the country our founding fathers envisioned for us? And my first instinct was no, because of all the negativity that is on throughout social media and how we Americans are problematic. Then I had to stop and think about it, and realize how I felt I was. I had to stop and think about the man I am living with, and think about how strong this man was for serving his country. My dad. My dad served in the U.S. Coast Guard. He has told many stories about the lives he saved and all the journeys he had with his friends. I had to stop and realize that every veteran who has served has given a part of themselves for this today, 1.4 million are serving today. Over 41 million American servicemen and women have fought for our rights since the American Revolution. Over 2 million veterans have died in wartime so that I can speak to you freely today. I had to realize that even though this may not be the country our founding fathers envisioned for us, this is the country our veterans have gone to war for and have served to protect. And despite the segregation that this country has gone through, our men and women have put that aside and fought together as one. They gave us the opportunity to have the right to express ourselves in many ways that other countries do not get to have. I believe that our founding fathers were proud of us for all the problems we have gone through, and as a country how the United States has survived war, discrimination, oppression, and simply learning how to go together as a nation. The United States is still relatively young compared to other countries. We will make mistakes, we will struggle to overcome. However, we have to have faith that those who believe in the ideas of the United States will continue to work together. I believe that this was the true hope of our founding fathers.
Tonight, the Pride of Anahuac, led by Mr. Cody Cunningham, will pay tribute to our active and retired members of the service as the band performs the Armed Forces Medley. We invite all veterans from both Anahuac and Woodville. Please stand to be recognized as your song is presented. We'll be having the Marines, Army, Coast Guard, Air Force, and Navy. So ladies and gentlemen, at this time, the United States Marines. Ladies and gentlemen, the United States Army. The United States Coast Guard. The United States Air Force. And the United States Navy. We honor our heroes to remember their achievement, their courage, their dedication, their sacrifices. Thank you to all of our veterans for the freedom we embrace in making a difference in the lives of all Americans. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and give our veterans a round of applause. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you will direct your attention to the 50-yard line of the track. We are recognizing the members of the Anahuac Panther and Lady Panther cross-country teams. These athletes are advancing to the regional cross-country meet in Huntsville on Monday, November the 9th. These members are Adrienne Perkins, Faith Harrington, DJ Watts, Jaime Garza, Cole Majors, James Kennedy, and Austin Maya. Please show your support at this time by cheering them on with a round of applause. These athletes are coached by Ashley Sherman and Antoinette Brown. In just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be having a performance by your Pantherettes and your Anahuac Marching Band. Just waiting for the ready signal.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please help me welcome to the field the lovely Anahuac Pantherettes. The line is led by their director, Mrs. Kelly Guerra, Lieutenant Kylie Sendejas. Lieutenant Daniela Ortiz. Colonel Bree Lino. Pantherette of the week is Daniela Corona. High kicker of the week is Veronica Garcia. The ladies will now perform a cheer routine to Girls Like You, played by the Pride of Anahuac. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Pride of Anahuac. Tonight they will be performing Push It and All of the Lights from their 2020-21 show. Drum majors for the Pride are Head Drum Major, Abigail Ortega. Drum Major, Megan Alfred. Drum Major, Diego Mirez. Color Guard Captains are Sandra Hernandez and Elise Garcia. The Marchers of the Week are the 2021 seniors.
Ladies and gentlemen, in keeping with our senior night festivities, it is time for the band to bestow upon two of their members the honor of Band Beau and Band Sweetheart. This year, the Band Beau is selected is Jagrin Whittington. And you can't have a Band Beau without a Band Sweetheart. And this year, your Band Sweetheart is Brianna Lino.
And welcome back to the Anahuac National Bank Halftime Show. I'm Trent Hart, joined as always with Alex Outram. Alex, as we wrap up halftime here, let's go over a little bit what happened in that first half of play. As we said earlier, it was a battle of the punters, and the scoreboard wouldn't pretty much reflect that, but it has been back and forth. It has been a quick game as both defenses have been able to come up big, and both offenses have been able to come up pretty big when the timing was right, as Woodville struck in the last part of that second half.
Absolutely. I mean, in the first quarter, you had both teams with 5 possessions. That's 10 possessions of a football game in 1 quarter of play. But it tells you how stout the defenses were playing until that 5th possession of the ball game for Anahuac, where they struck first with a 52-yard quarterback sneak straight up Broadway. As the 4th possession of the ball game. That was the 4th possession of the ball game, where Landon Corbett, after his INT from the possession before, set up the Panthers near midfield. He took it 53 yards in 8 seconds on 1 play, and that opened up the scoring for the Panthers, 7-0. On the following possession, after a 3-and-out forced by the Panther defense, it was 5 plays, 2 minutes and 38 seconds, and a 52-yard rush by Cade Dye, who literally was bouncing off of defenders for the Eagles to take it to the house, and that extended the lead 14-0 early in the second quarter. It was not until the 7th possession of the game for the Eagles, as they had it late in the first half. It was 5 plays and only took 39 seconds, where they drove 64 yards. Lloyd Evans set up the touchdown with a 43-yard pass and catch from Bean, and then Evans was able to pay it off as he ran the Wildcat and took it straight up the gut for a yard. The PAT was good, and that led to the score at the half of 14-7. Looking at the first half stats for the Eagles as we have them, the leading rusher was the quarterback who came in the second quarter, Bean. He's got 7 rushes for 22 yards. We've got Pear with 2 rushes for 7. We've got Marcus Wagner with run rush for a yard. Passing, Jack Fowler came out as the starting quarterback. He went 2 for 9 with an INT and 22 yards passing. It was Darius Bean who came in the second quarter, went 4 for 7 for 69 yards, including that long pass and catch to Lloyd Evans. Evans single catch for 43 yards. Raylan Williams has 4 catches for 41. And Taylor has 1 catch for 7 yards. Looking at the Panthers, leading rusher Landon Corbett. So he got 8 rushes for 89 yards. It was Christian Sanchez who had 6 rushes for 43. Cade Dye had 1 rush, but he made the most out of it, 52 yards, as he took it to pay dirt. Passing, not much going on. 2 for 5, 4 or 5 yards. They did try a trick play with Zion Clark running the reverse and throwing out of it, but was incomplete. Both of the completions from Corbett going to Luke Rivon. 2 catches, 5 yards in the first half. As we look at scores from around the area, starting to look at the 9-3A district, as the way the Panthers are leading right now, they would finish in second place in 10-3A and would be taking on one of a couple of schools, including Cold Spring. Cold Spring entering the fourth quarter up on Diboll, 13-12. As for some scores from around the area, East Chambers defeated Tarkington yesterday, 42-6, as they finished their undefeated district play to take home the district championship. Here around the East Texas area, Viders on top of Lumberton, 21-0 at the half. Newton destroying Corrigan Camden, 61-0, as they go undefeated. Head coach Greg Neese's old school taking home their district championship. That score is already final. The rest of these scores are going to be at the half. Barbers Hill leading the Indians of Port Neches Groves, 40-14. Jasper on top of Madisonville, 20-6. It's Buna all over Kirbyville, 18-0. Bridge City is trailing West Orange Stark, 21-0. Hampshire Finette over Liberty, 7-0. Westbrook is all over Humble in 6A play, 28-14. Orangefield is leading Hardin Jefferson, 7-0. And the last score that we have from around the area, Kuntz on top of Warren, 26-6. So Trent, coming out here into the second half as the players take the field. Anahuac's going to get the ball first. What do you think they need to do to continue to come out of this game on top?
Well, I think the Panthers running the ball up the middle was not working for them very well in the first half. They're going to have to look for the outside corners and get to the edges to kind of stretch the field out for this Eagle defense. And they're going to also have to try and pass a little bit more, maybe a little bit more crossing routes, set up some screens in the flat, and get the offense moving a little bit more better here in the second half.
Ball's going to be taken from the 10 across the 20, 25, falling at the 30. Will be the Panthers setting up their first possession of the second half.
But as I was saying, they're going to have to, get outside the hash marks for sure, trying to get more to the sideline to sideline and get these Eagles to chase them when they're trying to run the football. And, Landon, right now, the leading rusher, and out of the quarterback position, that's a good thing, but you want to try and get the ball into the hands of Christian Sanchez, and as we see Jamaj Bailey in the backfield right now.
Bailey is going to get the handoff straight up Broadway. It's going to fall forward. He's going to pick up 3 yards. We'll bring up 2nd down and 7. His first carry of the ballgame.
Yeah, I hadn't seen much Bailey tonight, and, he's one of those players that I've continued to be very impressed with week in and week out as he's continued to get better and learn this game. First-year football player as a senior. Wish we could have seen him more when he was younger. But senior night tonight, and I'm sure he's going to be giving it his all.
Corbett out of the gun, offset to his right by Bailey. Fake the handoff. Corbett straight up the gut, fighting his way forward. He's going to get to the 40. That's going to be a pickup of 6, and we'll bring up 3rd down and 1. 95 yards rushing on the ball game for Corbett as he looks to hit the century mark once more. 3rd down and 1. usually at a point where you would look to Cade Dye.
Yeah, Cade is that
short yardage specialist.
Yeah, that Mike Allstott style runner, but Jamaj is still in there.
Bailey in the backfield. Sneak. This is going to be a quarterback sneak straight up the gut for a pickup of 2 and a first down.
And I was just about to say that they were going to sneak it, and they sure enough did it. 399 subscriptions. We're almost to that 400 mark, folks. If you haven't done so yet, click that subscribe button.
Quickly to the line of scrimmage. Corbett out of the gun, offset to his right. Going to take it straight up Broadway, across the 45, falling forward. We'll see if they give him the 48. They do. Be a pickup of 6. We'll bring up second down and 4. That'll push Corbett over the century mark. 11 rushes, 103 yards. 5th play of the drive coming up. This is the first drive of the second half. Nothing more that Greg Neese would like than to ground and pound to take some of this time off the clock. Out of the gun, offset to his left now is Bailey. Fakes the handoff, sets back, under pressure, looking to throw it away. Is going to fall to the turf as it was knocked away.
It's a good thing he got that away, because that was going to be a huge loss for the Panthers.
Pop Pregame providing some of the pressure. Got his paw on the ball. We'll bring up third down and 4 as trying to get the passing game going, but have just been unsuccessful tonight. Third down and 4 from the Panther 48. 3 wide. It's Clark to the far side. Corbett. Inside handoff to Dye, but the Eagles were all over it, as that's going to end up being a loss of 6 to Dye. We'll bring up 4th down and long as the punting team will be called onto the field.
As I mentioned earlier, Alex, the runs up the middle haven't been doing much for the Panthers. There have been a couple breaks where the hole is opened up front by that offensive line, and they hand it off to Dye there trying to get to the far side, and the Eagles are just not having it.
Sanchez, high snap, comes down with it, has to get it off quickly. That's going to have some backspin on it. And
bounce.
That's how good of a golfer I am. Takes a Panther bounce. Will get inside the 20 as the Woodville Eagles will set up shop for their first possession of the second half at their own 18-yard line. And since we turned the second quarter, the possessions for the Eagles have started at their own 7. They're 36, which is good, but their last possession of the first half at their own 19, and now at their own 18. The Panthers trying to play the field position game. 8:30 remaining here in the third quarter. Third quarter being brought to you in part by Chambers County Abstract Company, 545 Washington Ave here in Anahuac. Bean rolling right, under pressure, rolls into his own man, and that's going to get him sacked. De Hoyas, and finishing off the sack, Presley Mouton. And if you remember back to the pregame show, head coach Greg Neese talked about where he felt that they had the strength was the quickness of their linebackers. Kevin Hernandez, Ty Pham, De Hoyos getting in there, and another sack for the Panthers. This time, and that's going to be the 7th sack of the evening for the Panthers, first by Mouton.
Well, they've definitely put pressure on them all game long, Alex, and they'll probably continue to do so here.
Bean, out of the gun, sets back, trying to set up the screen. Complete across the 20. Wide receiver screen as they're going to give him the 21. It'll be a pickup of 6. Bring up third down and 7. Quickly, Bean under pressure. Pham going to be able to take him down.
Huge play by the Anahuac Panther defense once again.
Coming in and finishing the sack off, Ty Pham, his third sack of the evening. As that 7 will be wiped away. And the punting unit will have to come on for the Eagles. 4th down and 14. We'll tick under 6.5. Rugby-style punt. His first bad punt of the evening is going to roll, and that's going to get across midfield, but not too far, where the Panthers will set up shop for their second possession of the second half near midfield. Their best starting position.
First time we've
tied for their best starting field position.
Well, I was about to say, the first time we've seen a bad punt out of Woodville's punter all night. Still took a Woodville bounce. Was able to get across midfield. So not as bad as we first thought, but not his best of the night, as he's averaging about 50 yards a punt.
Corbett under center, looking to throw, tossing it up to Clark. Clark going up and gets it. Down to the 28-yard line.
You know, Alex, we were talking during the halftime show, how the Panthers have to get Zion Clark involved in this football game, and they just did it big time.
25-yard reception, handoff straight up the gut to Sanchez. Sanchez fighting his way forward to the 20. That'll be a pickup of 9. 52 yards on 7 carries for Sanchez. That passing catch was 25 yards. Quickly again, as the fumble is going to be loose, picked up by the Eagles. Christian Sanchez can't believe he coughed it up. First turnover of the ball game for the Panthers.
What a bad break, as the Panthers were knocking on the door in the red zone, but huge play for the Woodville Eagles to scoop it up on the loose ball. And now they're going to try and capitalize on it here.
Panthers had momentum going on that drive. Gets taken away with 5:57 remaining here in the third quarter.
We got flags everywhere. What is going on? Well, I say everywhere. There's one on the far sideline. Embellish a little bit.
All the best do, Trent. So illegal substitution, same thing that happened to the Panthers very first play of the ball game, and that is the first accepted penalty of the evening.
That was on the Panthers.
Oh, wow. So take that penalty off, add another penalty, fifth penalty of the ball game for the Panthers for 30 yards. First down and 5 now from the 31. Handoff left side is going to be tackled at the 40. Yes, that'll be a pickup of 5 and will move the chains.
I think they marked him a little short.
Jatavian Taylor on the rush. So give him a pickup of 4. And once more, second down and centimeters for the Eagles. Out of the gun is Bean. Offset to his left by Taylor. Rolling left, has room. Across the 40, being met by Pham as he's going to get to the 45. That'll be a pickup of 5 and will move the chains. So first down and 10 at the Eagle 45. Four wide, Eagles moving right to left as you watch your screen. Fakes the handoff, under pressure. Pham trying to get him from behind, looking downfield, and is knocked away. Corbett looking for, Zion Clark looking for the interception there.
As I see this Anahuac defense down the field, a lot of them got their hands on their hips. They're definitely winded, as this Eagle offense, is definitely making them run all over the field and getting them a little winded.
5 of 9 for Bean. Out of the gun, 2nd down and 10. Looking for a quick pass, is going to hit the turf and will be incomplete to set up 3rd down. Now 5 of 10 for 76 yards for Darius Bean. 4:35 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Anahuac still leads Woodville 14-7 on your Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm scoreboard.
Pivotal play here for both teams.
4 wide, 2 to each side. Bean out of the gun, fakes the handoff, under pressure, and it's going down. Ty Pham, Mouton combining to sack Bean. Loss of
8 yards.
8 yards. Third sack on the evening for Pham. Will bring up 4th down and long, and the punting team for the Eagles. Snap back, gets the kickoff. Booming punt. Clark is going to take it from the 16. Picks up a block, and it is not going to be a good block. So Zion will get pushed out at the 30. Doesn't matter, as the block in the back is going to set up the Panthers deep in their own territory here with 3:42 remaining in the 3rd quarter.
And that's the kind of useless penalties that you've got to avoid in a big game like this, Alex. And when you're going into the playoffs, you've got to play mistake-free football in order to keep moving forward in the Texas playoffs, because it just will not work in the long run.
Well, and you start to play teams who have mastered their craft. You're playing the best teams out of each district. There's no more, lower teams as you get into the Texas high school football playoffs. So set up at deep in their own territory at their own 10. Pitch right, Bailey across the 10, will get to the 15, be a pickup of 5 for Bailey. 10 yards on 2 rushes for the Panthers, brings up 2nd down and 5.
Well, they're definitely giving Bailey more opportunity here in the second half, as we didn't see him at all in the first half.
2 backs behind Corbett, Bailey and Dye. Clark, the near receiver. Handoff inside to Bailey. They saw it coming. He's going to get to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Still deep in Panther territory. And if there's ever a time to pick up a 1st down, you definitely want to get it now to give yourself a little bit more breathing room. So Corbett gets the play call from head coach Neese. You're going to have 1 receiver to the near side. That's Clark. Deep backs are Dye and Bailey. Fakes the pitch, looking downfield, looking for Clark. Clark going up for it, and it's going to be incomplete. Great coverage by the Eagles, Isaiah Wheaton. 3 and out for the Panthers.
They're going to need a big punt from Sanchez here, or give the Eagles very good field possession as they're pinned deep in their own territory.
I want to say hello to Cade Outram, who's listening. 3 years old, loving football. Sanchez back. High snap over his head, and that's going to be recovered. That was not Sanchez. Back for the punt.
That is a safety. Wow.
The punt went through the hands of, we do not have a number 1 on our roster. He was able to fall on it, so that only gave up 2 points nonetheless, the Eagles will get the football back, only trailing by 5 now.
We just talked about mistake-free football, and that is a huge mistake on the Panthers there on the mishandle of the snap. It was a little high but controllable. He just wasn't able to hold on to it. But, I mean, better safety than, mishandling it, falling to the turf, and the Woodville Eagles recovering there.
Right. That was the heads-up part of it, was regaining yourself, falling on the football, and only giving up 2 points rather than letting the Eagles fall on it for a touchdown.
The Panthers will be kicking a free kick from the 20-yard line.
So with 2:18 remaining here in the third quarter. Your score, Anahuac 14, Woodville 9 on your Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm scoreboard.
And don't forget to reporters about all of your deer processing needs during this whitetail deer season, as they'll be open throughout the deer season. And be sure to go visit them whenever you get your first deer this season.
Kick is going to be taken at the 35, across the 40, 45 into Panther territory, makes a move, 40.
He's gone, I think.
30, 20, one man to beat. Touchdown, Eagles. And what a way for the game to turn.
And you can just feel the momentum, Alex. And that's definitely not what the Anahuac Panthers are wanting right now. As a huge safety and a huge touchdown to bring the Woodville Eagles ahead here in the third quarter.
65 yards on the return. Where Woodville has taken the lead 15-14 over the Anahuac Panthers in a turn of events that was spurred by a high snap that was not controlled by the punter from the Panthers, turned into a safety on the ensuing free kick, taking the ball from the 35 and taking it to the house. Here comes the 2-point conversion, as it's Lloyd Evans out of the Wildcat formation once more, sends a man in motion, fakes the handoff, looking right, he's trying to throw it under pressure, and he's not going to get the 2-point conversion. So with 2:05 remaining here in the third quarter, Woodville has taken the lead over Anahuac 15-14, as we'll be back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Want to remind everybody, if you would like to donate, you can go over to our Venmo at AnahuacSportsLive, or click on the YouTube link. Click on the link in the YouTube description of this live video. And if you would please donate to the channel as we gear up to go and film the playoffs for the Anahuac Panthers. And just a brief description on how all that works is that all of the playoffs live video or television telecasts are owned outright by Fox Sports Southwest, and we have to apply for a sub-licensee in order to broadcast that game, and it does cost a little bit of money. And when I say a little bit of money, I mean a lot of money. And if you would please help us out there, we sure would appreciate it.
Sanchez bobbles the kickoff, is able to pick it up, but the Panthers are going to be stuck deep in their own territory once more with 2 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. And Trent, we were talking about it. Our old friend Mo has left the Panthers and is visiting the Eagles.
Well, the Panthers are going to have to answer here to break that momentum. And they're going to have to answer in a big way, Alex, and I don't think, anything less than a touchdown will break that kind of momentum that is in favor of the Eagles right now.
First down and 10 from the Panther 16-yard line. Corbett fakes the toss. Is going to push forward for about a pickup of 3. Will bring up second down and 7. Give it 2 for second down and 8.
And Neese not wavering from the game plan. He's continued to grind it out on the ground with his committee of runners. And he's going to probably stick with that until he absolutely has to go with something else.
You heard him say it. He prefers a 60-40 run to pass, as this one's going to be thrown up for Clark.
Dangerous pass.
Clark couldn't come down with it as it was overthrown. But the way the offense has been this year, it's been more 80-20 run pass. So that has not been exactly to his liking, but trying to get the ball downfield to Clark, who can stretch the field. So third down and 8. 1:17 remaining here in the third quarter. Anahuac trails 15-14 on your Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm scoreboard, as we're going to have a timeout taken by the Panthers. We'll take it with them back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
You've heard about shopping local. How about banking local? Since 1976, Anahuac National Bank is the only locally owned and operated bank in Chambers County. We know you see Anahuac National Bank folks out in the community supporting our schools, veterans, and nonprofits. Why not bank where you live? These experienced banking professionals understand local businesses and the housing market. Visit online today at anbank.net, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Don't forget about our giveaway, 2 school spirit shirts and 2 AP Spirit cowbells, courtesy of We've Got You Covered and Anahuac Sports Live. Sorry about that. As we are preparing to give away those items, if all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, and you can log in with your Gmail account into YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget about that notification bell also, so you know always when we go live.
Corbett under center, third down and 7. Rolling to his right, looking downfield, has Clark, was held, and there's the flag. Stop and go from Clark, was able to draw the defender, Wheaton, to hold him. That's going to be an automatic first down for the Panthers.
Big break there for the Panther offense, as they were looking for the big play once again and drew the flag on the interference call.
So this will be the first penalty of the ball game accepted against the Eagles. So 10 yards. More importantly, a first down for the Panthers. So first down and 10 from the 28. A little bit more breathing room there for the Panthers. Corbett will come under center. It's Sanchez and Dye behind them. Pitch right. No, that's Corbett on the pitch. Curiel into the game under center. And Trent, they tried to get to the outside with Corbett.
And I was just talking about it before we came into this half, about trying to get, sideline to sideline on the defense. And great pursuit there by the Eagle defense to track down Corbett.
Pick up a 4 by Corbett. The freshman in a pressure-packed drive.
Still
will come
in there.
under center. Dye will move out of the backfield. Corbett, the single back, pitch left, taking it up Broadway as he's going to get forward for a pickup of 5, and when that'll bring up 3rd down and 1. 114 yards on 14 carries for Corbett. 3rd down and 1.
Wow. Brent and Leslie Foster, thank you so much for donating to the channel. Says thank you for the live broadcast. And no thank you, Brent and Leslie, for the support. The ball is on the ground.
Pitch
and
right.
I think he was down by contact.
He was down. Corbett was down after he picked up the yard. Will move the chains for another 1st down. More than likely, that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Nonetheless, Corbett coming back to the huddle, as it does look like the Panthers will run one more play. Curiel out, Corbett back under center. Bailey, the deep back, offset by Dye. Looking downfield, under pressure, takes
got
a
a
hit,
man.
caught, bobbled and dropped. They had the perfect play dialed up, in and out of the hands of Adam Galeas. And that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So we reset the clock. Woodville leads Anahuac 15-14. We invite you to stick around for the 4th and final quarter of play. Lots of action left. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Hello, my name is Mark Poggles, and I'm the pastor at Community Christian Fellowship Church in Oak Island, Texas. I would like to personally invite you to join us for Bible study during the week and our church services on Sunday morning. We have a nursery for the little ones, and our church family will greet you with a smile on their face and a loving heart. Come and celebrate with us as we study God's Word and give Him all the praise and thanks He deserves. Hope to see you there. Take care and God bless. Go Panthers!
Again, thank you so much to Brent and Leslie Foster who donated to the channel earlier. And we appreciate the support. It will help us secure that sub-licensee for the playoffs next week, wherever we might be. And be sure to be looking on all of our social media when we post when, where, and who will be playing early next weekend. We should know by the end of the night, though.
Cold Spring has defeated Diboll. Quick pass, left side, 40. Bowling over to the defenders. Corbett getting forward to the 48. A pickup of 10 from Curiel to Corbett.
Let's go move the chains. He was close. They gave it to him. Curiel still at quarterback.
Pitch right to Dye. Dye bowling his way forward. Corbett filling up the stat sheet tonight. Has a reception, a completed pass, a rush.
They only gave Dye 2 on that play. I guess he had a knee down before he crawled about 5 yards.
3 rushes, 48 yards now for Dye. Brings up 2nd down and 8. And now the Panthers have something rolling. We'll have the 9th play of this drive. Started back on the Panther 16-yard line, now in plus territory at the 49 of the Eagles. Curiel set back to throw
Pass
to Clark. Had him,
Man,
just missed him.
That's the first time I've seen Curiel pass since he's been brought up to this varsity squad.
Head coach Greg Neese trying to get the freshman some action. Now an all-important 3rd down and 8.
It's a big play for the Anahuac Panthers here. As we talked about earlier, they have to have no less than a touchdown to break the momentum of the Woodville Eagles.
Curiel getting the call from the sideline. Corbett's going to be the single back. They'll have 2 wide to the near side. Anahuac moving right to left. Curiel
pitch right.
False start coming now.
6th penalty of the ball game for the Panthers for 35 yards. Makes this play just a bit more difficult. 3rd down and 13 as they are back on their side of the field.
And once again, we see penalties plaguing this Anahuac offense. It seemed like they had it under control the last couple of games, Alex, and it's rearing its ugly head here tonight against Woodville.
So with Diboll losing to Cold Spring becomes the district champions in 9-3A. Rolling left, Corbett is able to miss the first tackler, but is not able to miss the rest, as he will be ganged up on, taken down, and that will bring on the punting unit for the Panthers, and that 10-play drive goes by the wayside. So 10-3A taking on 9-3A in the playoffs. The Panthers, barring the outcome of this ball game, as it stands right now, it looks like they could be taking on the Diboll Lumberjacks.
False.
7th penalty of the ball game for the Panthers for 40 yards. Another false start. Oh, forgive me. They were drawn. 2nd penalty of the ball game for the Eagles for 15 yards. 4th down and 12 now. Sanchez back to handle the kicking duties again. This is a nice punt. High is going to take a sideways roll. Will come to rest at the 21.
Shout out to Mike DeYoung, who just subscribed to the channel. Appreciate you, Mike.
From their own 21, 9:29 remaining in the ball game. Woodville leading Anahuac 15-14 on your Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm scoreboard. So as I was saying, and technically these are both teams that the Panthers could play depending on the outcome of this ball game tonight. Diboll falling after coming into tonight's ball game 5-0 to the Cold Spring Trojans. Cold Spring will win the district championship by defeating Diboll and owning the tiebreaker. Handoff straight up the gut. Taylor picks up 3, will bring up 2nd down and 7. We'll try to get some more scores from 9-3A play. Sets back. Fowler back into the ball game. Airs it out. Almost intercepted. Knocking the ball away. Quinn Anderson. That was very important to knock it away, but also stopping the clock with 8:59 remaining here in the 4th and final quarter.
Well, the Panthers have definitely got to stop them on this possession.
Fowler looking to throw. Back shoulder is going to be caught by Taylor.
It's first down.
He is going to get to the 31, and that is going to be a pickup of 7 and a first down.
That was good play on that. He had his back turned to the quarterback, was able to turn back around and just, grab it out of nowhere.
And Fowler put it right on the money. He was aiming for the back shoulder, hit it away from the defender, and you can see why head coach Ty Robinson was talking about the passing ability of Jack Fowler.
Thanks to Angel Hopkins and Claudia. I don't want to mispronounce your last name, but we appreciate you subscribing to the channel and joining us here on Anahuac Sports Live.
Fowler out of the gun, trips to the far side, handoff straight up the middle. Daylight for Taylor, as he's going to bust through for 9. We'll bring up 3rd down and 1. So 2nd down and 1 from the Eagle 40. Starting to make a little bit of headway. Fowler out of the gun. 2 to each side. Sets back. Under pressure is going to throw this ball away.
You know, the Anahuac front line has been able to get penetration, into the backfield all night long and put pressure on the quarterback. And they just need to take advantage of some of those throwaways and perhaps cause another turnover here in the 4th quarter, because that's exactly what they need.
Now a huge 3rd down for the Anahuac Panther defense. Checking in at running back, Pop Prejean for the Eagles.
When it almost guarantees them running it right up the middle here to try and pick up the 1st down. So the Panther defense should know what's coming, and they sure do, and he's going to get the 1st down.
Hand off to Prejean. They hand it to the big back. He's going to pick up 3 and move the chains.
I mean, it was glaring what they were going to do there, Alex, and, they could have stacked the line a little bit better, but nonetheless, moves the chains and a fresh set of downs for the Eagles.
This will be the 5th play of the drive for the Eagles. Fowler out of the gun. Trips to the far side. Eagles moving left to right. Offset to his right by Prejean again. Looking downfield. Clark in coverage and almost comes away with the interception.
Oh, they're going to call interference on that, Alex.
Wow. Trent, can you put the replay up on that one?
Let's take a look at it. I think he was making a play on the ball.
He waved it off.
So let's look here. And he was making a play on the ball.
And it looks like the line judge had a little discussion. And that was a good call. That was a good job. This has been a really good crew compared to some of the ones we've seen.
Absolutely has.
Ranked number 1. So it's Fowler out of the gun. Rolling to his left. Under pressure. Unloads. Has a man downfield.
It's caught. What a huge play for Woodville.
Knocked out of bounds at the 25.
And 32-yard
catch.
I'm sorry about that. We are in the 4th quarter, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't update it on the scoreboard. Apologize for that.
Quickly, the Eagles to the line. They're going to hand it off. Right side has room across the 20.
There's flags on the field again.
Head coach coaches on the Eagles sideline not happy. We'll see what the call is. Holding is the call. A huge penalty there. 3rd penalty of the ball game. 25 yards for the Eagles. All 3 penalties coming here in the 2nd half. We'll make it 1st down and 20 now from the 35.
The Panthers cannot let them score here, Alex. They've got to hold them. And let's hope that bend, don't break philosophy comes into play here.
Fowler sets back, has a man again in the end zone.
Caught.
Touchdown, Eagles. 35-yard pass and catch from Fowler to Evans. Evans with his 2nd touchdown of the evening. 78 yards receiving for Evans. 96 yards through the air now for Fowler, as they have extended their lead to 21-14 pending the point after, and this is a very important point after for the Eagles.
They're going to go for 2.
And they're going to go for 2 to make this a 2-possession ball game. Fowler rolling to his right, has his man through the hands, and that will keep the game at a 7-point deficit for the Panthers. But with 7:01 remaining here in the ball game, the Eagles extend their lead to 21-14, as we'll be back with more after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Don't forget about our giveaway, ladies and gentlemen, and don't forget to turn on your privacy settings in YouTube. Make your profile visible so that we see that your subscription comes through, because if you are set to private on your account, then we won't be able to see it and won't be able to get you into the giveaway. But 2 School Spirit shirts and 2 cowbells. This will probably be the last week that we do our giveaway. Might try to do something different next week, but we'll see. You have to find out when we get to the playoffs next week.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry back here from Kyle White Field on the campus of Anahuac High School, where the kick is going to be bobbled, put on the turf at the 18, picked up by Ryvon across the 30, 35, is going to get to the 37, as that is where the Panthers will set up shop here with 6:45 remaining in the ball game.
It's a nice job by Ryvon there to correct his own mishandle of the kickoff return and give the Panthers decent field position, as that could have spelled disaster.
So looking ahead to 9-3A play, the Panthers could play Trinity, Crockett, Cold Spring, Oakhurst, or Diboll. Corbett sets back, looking downfield, has time. He's got plenty of room up the middle. Across midfield, will fall forward to the 46. "17-yard rush for Corbett. 132 yards rushing. Quickly to the line. Corbett under center. Hands it straight up to Sanchez. Sanchez straight down Broadway. He's going to fight forward for what looks to be 5. Give him 4. We'll bring up 2nd down and 6. 56 yards rushing for Sanchez. So the Panthers from the Eagle 42. 2nd down and 6. We'll tick under 6 minutes remaining in the ball game. Corbett out of the gun. He's going to keep it. Straight up Broadway across the 40. He's going to get to the 38. That's going to be a pickup of 4. We'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
So once again, 3rd and short. And we haven't seen anything out of the Anahuac Panther offense since the first quarter of play as far as points are concerned, as they have not been able to do a great job at converting on 3rd down.
3rd down and 2 from the Eagle 38. 4 down territory for the Panthers if need be. They move die in motion. Sanchez is the deep back. Moves die in motion again. Pitch left. Under pressure, and he's going to be taken down in the backfield. Great play by Micah Freeze to get into the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 4. And now 4th down and 6.
An absolute crucial play coming here, Alex, on 4th down and 6, and it looks like they're going to go for it.
In plus territory here with the clock rolling. 2 timeouts left for the Panthers. Head coach Greg Neese is going to roll the dice. It's going to be Corbett out of the gun. He's going to be offset to his right by Sanchez. We'll send Ramon in motion, and now we're going to have a false start.
Definitely not what was needed there.
False start on Christian Sanchez.
You almost have to punt it now.
With 2 timeouts, you can try to flip the field. Still plenty of time left in the ball game, but they are going to go for it. And we're going to have a timeout by the Eagles, and we're going to take it with them. Big 4th down play coming up after this. Stay with us after this on Anahuac Sports Live.
Whatever it is you wrangle, whatever seeds you sow, no matter what you nurture or what you choose to grow, at Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, we're proud to protect all Texans.
So regardless of what happens here tonight, we are looking towards next week and the by-district playoffs, and we'll know here probably in the postgame who will be playing who. But in the meantime, Anahuac Sports Live is looking to be a sub-licensee and to bring that game to you live and bring you the telecast. But we do have to go through the UIL protocol and through the UIL to request a sub-licensee through Fox Sports Southwest. And as you probably can tell, anything that's got to do with Fox Sports Southwest definitely costs quite a bit of money. And in order to get that sub-licensee, we're going to need everybody in the community's help. So please donate to the channel and help us out.
4th down and 11 movement, as it looks like the Panthers were able to draw the Eagles off sides and pick up those 5 yards back.
So much more manageable 4th down coming. If the Eagles jumped, which it was.
It is offsides. So that worked to the Panthers' favor. 4th penalty for 30 yards for the Eagles. 4th down and 6 is much more manageable than 4th down and 11 at the Eagle 42-yard line.
With
Corbett communicating with Greg Neese.
With only 2 timeouts remaining, the Panthers have to convert this 4th down for a chance to even think about tying it up here with only 4 minutes to go in the ballgame.
Here it is, 4th down and 6. Corbin under center. Sanchez back. They're going to throw it complete to Clark. Clark is going to get to the 28.
And there's that stop route, one of the things I was talking about in halftime, that they needed to get Zion Clark involved with, either some stop routes or some crossing routes across the middle to try and get him the football.
39 yards receiving for Clark after the pickup of 14. Now inside the Eagle 30, 1st down and 10. Corbett getting the call from the sideline. It's getting a little bit chippy down on the field. Corbett will come under center. Sanchez the deep back, 2 wide. That's Rivon and Dye. Fakes the toss, taking it straight up the gut. He's not going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Or actually, he did get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10. 136 yards rushing for Corbett on 18 carries. He's got 18 carries. He's attempted to throw the ball 11 times, and he has a reception. Brandon Corbett doing everything he can tonight, and he has an interception on the evening.
Well, the sophomore is definitely carrying the team on his shoulders here tonight.
Corbett out of the gun, offset to his left by Sanchez. Sets back, looking downfield. He has Clark on the stop and go. Hand fighting.
Flag.
One-handed catch, touchdown.
And the flag.
Touchdown,
what
Panthers.
A play. Absolutely crazy play in the end zone.
One-handed reception by Zion Clark.
And we'll take another look at it here in a minute.
28 yards from Corbett to Clark as they finally hook up for the big one. Now the all-important point after with 2:59 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
I hope Clark shakes it off a little bit so that he can hold this. They're going to take a timeout, I think.
Timeout,
That's
Panthers.
exactly what they're doing.
We're going to go back to the instant replay to show everybody once again that unbelievable catch by Landon Corbett, by Zion Clark. So here you've got Corbett out of the gun. Looking back, looking downfield, hand fighting, one-handed in the end zone, controls the ball, flags all over the place for interference, and still came down with it. Zion Clark with the play of the ball game.
You know, and I'm reminded back to the Hampshire Fournette game where we saw this same exact one-handed grab under coverage by Zion Clark in the opposite end zone here in Anahuac. And, you know, one of the best wide receivers in this district. And, you know, Alex, you and I were talking about it, how to get him more involved in this offense. And, you know, we've definitely called his name more tonight than we have in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
When you have such a dynamic athlete as Zion Clark, you've got to figure out ways to get him the ball. And that is exactly what they've tried to do tonight. And the Panthers are going for the win.
Wow. And they're going to have to take another timeout because of a miscommunication with personnel, Alex.
Boy, and they tried to catch the Eagles off guard.
Now they're expecting it.
That's the final timeout of the game from the Panthers.
We're going to keep it right here. And let's go back to that play again. And as you can see it, as Alex called it earlier, it's shotgun formation. And it's just an excellent play by Clark here. It doesn't get better than that in Texas high school football.
You're going to have to tag ESPN on that bad boy tonight, Trey.
Definitely.
So also want to recognize our fourth quarter sponsor, Third Coast Integrated Martial Arts, here in Anahuac, 312 Miller Street, 281-908-1934. Thank you again to all of our sponsors. Now, we'll see, as it looks like the Panthers are going to come back onto the field with the offense. It's going to be Corbett. Offset to his right by Sanchez. He's sending Rivon in motion. Fakes the handoff into the end zone. 2-point conversion's good.
Wow.
Landon Corbett punches it into the end zone to take the lead with 2:59 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
That is a lot of time remaining for this high-powered passing offense of Woodville, but the Anahuac Panthers able to convert the 2 points and take the lead.
What a gutsy call by Greg Neese. And what a nice play call as they sent the man in motion, which cleared some of the defense from that side of the field, ran the ball to the right, and Corbett practically went untouched into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. So.
And I didn't click my replay button on that one, unfortunately, as I was looking at the other screen, but
63 yards, 3 minutes and 55 seconds off of the clock, capped off by a 28-yard pass and catch from Landon Corbett to Zion Clark. As with 2:59 remaining in the ballgame, Anahuac has retaken the lead over Woodville, 22-21 on your Porter's Processing and Alligator Farm scoreboard. Christian Sanchez has the ball teed up at the Panther 40. If there's one thing the Panthers know how to do, they know how to make these games exciting. Sanchez gets his foot into it. End over end kick is going to be caught at the 8. Across the 20, 25, and knocked out of bounds at what looked like the 27. We'll see if they give him the 27 or the 28.
So Woodville's got 2 minutes and 53 seconds to make something happen here on offense, which we've seen so far in this football game. It doesn't take them long or the Panthers long, as they've each had a ton of possessions and not taken much time off the clock when the ball is in their hands.
So no timeouts for the Panthers. The Eagles have 2 of their own. First down and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Fowler under pressure, looking to go downfield. Double coverage is going to be up for grabs and incomplete. Couple of Panthers going up for it in the likes of Kenneth Moore and Quinn Anderson. Brings up second down and 10, stops the clock with 2:46 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Fowler bobbles, rolling right, has a man, complete at the 35. Corbett in on the tackle, and Corbett is slow to get up.
That's not good.
8 yards from Fowler.
We're going to cut away for a little bit. We'll be right back here on Anahuac Sports Live. Don't go anywhere. We got an excited one here as it's coming down to the wire here in Anahuac.
Looking for just the right bank? For a real community bank, locally owned and operated since 1976, come to Anahuac National Bank. Offering services from your first checking account to mobile and online banking to business and home loans. This is Texas banking at its best. Find us online at anbank.net. Anahuac National Bank, Chambers County's only locally owned and independently operated bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Third down and 3 for the Eagles. Out of the gun, trips to the far side. Handoff, right side, across the 40, across the 45, in the midfield, down the sideline he goes, knocked out of bounds at the 30. And we've got a flag deep in the backfield. And I think this one's coming back. And he just pointed, said, bring him back. Head coach Ty Robinson is not happy on the Eagles sideline. So, waiting for the call on the field.
Yeah, we got one here at close to the 50 also.
Look like this one on the near side might be a personal foul. So we're going to have offsetting penalties, and we will replay third down and 3.
Excuse me. So replay third down, 30 yards to go. So kind of a big break there for the Panthers, as that was a huge chunky yardage they were able to gain on that last play. But they'll replay it nonetheless.
And now we have another flag.
Uh-oh, that's coming from the other sideline. That's going to back them up.
Is this going to be unsportsman or illegal substitution? Crucial call here. Sideline warning. They had already been warned. Or is that their first warning?
So
that is their first warning of the ball game.
Big play here.
It remains third down and 3. Fowler out of the gun. Anahuac sideline going crazy. Handoff straight up the gut.
He's got it.
As that's going to pick up 4 and will move the chains. Prejean, their big back, picks it up. So quickly, first down and 10. The Eagles at their own 39. Fowler offset to his right by Prejean. 4 wide, 2 to each side. Out of the gun, sets back, looking downfield, has his man, and that's going to be pass interference. And now the referees are going to talk about it.
He ran into him. I'm not sure that's
You've got the back judge and the line judge discussing things. And they're going to wave it off.
Wow. And I can't say that enough in this football game. Is there a lot of those plays?
They're going to wave off the penalty. They're going to say it was not catchable.
They're still kind of talking about it. Woodville seems to think that. So what? Yeah. They did call it on Anahuac.
So holding against the Panthers will be a first down.
That was not a hold. Unless there was a hold on the other sideline that we didn't see.
So take the ball from the 39 to the 49. Or from the 40 to midfield.
2 minutes remaining.
7th penalty for 45 yards for the Panthers. Exactly 2 minutes on the clock. Eagles already lined up at midfield. It is Fowler out of the gun, handoff straight up the gut to Prejean. He's going to be caught in the backfield. Loss of 1.
Clock continuing to run. The Eagles still got 2 timeouts. They elect not to take one yet.
2nd down and 11 from their own 49. Rolling right. Fowler looking downfield, has a man. It's going to be overthrown and incomplete. 3rd down and 11, the biggest 3rd down of the ball game.
And at this close of a ball game, every 3rd down at this point is huge for both teams. They're trying to exchange personnel on the defense.
Obviously 4 down territory for the Eagles, so 2 plays to pick up 11 yards. Trips to the far side. Eagles moving left to right. Fowler out of the gun, sets back, quick screen is going to be caught and dropped in the backfield. That's going to be a loss of 1 on the pass. We'll bring up 4th down and 12. You got to think that the Eagles are going to call timeout, and they do. We'll take it with them to regroup. Back after this with the all-important 4th down and 12. Back after this on Anahuac Sports Live. Welcome back to Kyle White Field on the campus of Anahuac High School. 1:14 remaining in the game. But you got to look at it a play at a time. The biggest play of the ball game coming up. 4th down and 12 for the Eagles. Anahuac leading Woodville 22-21. The Panther players urging defense here on the sideline.
They got to be looking for that screenplay again.
4th down and 12, 2 to each side. It's Fowler out of the gun. This is the game. Throws it up.
It's caught. Oh my gosh, what a catch.
Right at the 40. Wow. They got exactly 12 yards.
Amazing that he could hold on to that football, Alex.
Unbelievable. 1st down and 10 from the Panther 39.
Clock continues to run. They have one timeout remaining. They're not going to take it.
Trips to the near side. Fowler out of the gun.
Throws
looking
up.
Downfield. Creating separation. And
Caught again.
is caught. Down to the 10-yard line.
They're rushing it down. Clock continues to run. They're going to call
29-yard pass and catch. Handoff, Pregame, straight up Broadway. He's going to pick up 3. They're still not calling timeout. They're hurrying up to the line. Fowler out of the guns. Spikes it.
I guess they're saving that timeout.
It's third. So it's 3rd down and 7
Third
after
down
the
now.
spike. The 7. 3rd down and third
on the 7.
3rd and goal. I'm sorry, 3rd and 5 from the 7. It's Fowler out of the gun, sends a man in motion. Looking at the crossing pattern.
Touchdown.
Caught. Touchdown, Eagles.
Wow.
Williams. No, I'm sorry. Lloyd Evans with the touchdown. His 3rd of the ball game.
Great job by the Woodville Eagles to march down the field on a bunch of huge plays to get them into the end zone. They're going to go for 2.
It's Evans out of the Wildcat. Looking to run right side. Has room. Is going to be tripped up and short of the 2-point conversion. So with 24 seconds remaining here in the ball game, Woodville has retaken the lead 27-22. That was a 72-yard drive. Took 2:19 off the clock.
So we're going to keep it right here, folks. So 24 seconds, no timeouts. The Panthers are going to have to somehow get it down the field with that much time left. It's a hard thing to do, but given last week's game, anything can happen. But like I said, great job by Woodville to buckle under the pressure and get some huge plays on 3rd down and on a 4th down play to score and put them ahead here in the last seconds of this ball game.
24 seconds remaining in the ball game. We'll see what kind of kick they decide to go with. As they're going to
touched. Ball on it immediately.
Kick it short. It's going to be at the 36-yard line with 23 seconds remaining.
So not horrible field position there as they kicked it on the ground.
I would imagine all eyes are going to be on Zion Clark.
You got to be. I mean, and they're got to be double teaming him to prevent that big play from happening, as they've got enough time to make maybe 2 or 3 shots down the field.
Clark's going to be on the short side of the field. They're going to send Revon to the far side. Corbett is going to come under center.
We have a timeout being called by the Eagles.
Woodville's going to use their last timeout of the ball game.
Final timeout.
So no more timeouts between the two teams. 23 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. And what a 4th quarter it has been. Again, want to thank Third Coast Integrated Martial Arts for their sponsorship of the 4th quarter.
I want to take a chance to mention a couple of our other sponsors. Anahuac Florists, a 10 Miller Street, Anahuac, Texas, AnahuacFlorist.com. Also want to mention Chambers County Abstract Company, Turn 2 Specialty Companies, 2315 West Main in Baytown. And you can visit them at turn2sc.com. Also, Texas Ultimate VBA Club Volleyball. You can visit Brandy Elliott on their website, TexasUltimateVBA.com, or find them on Facebook.
Corbett rolling left, looking downfield for Clark.
Ooh, dangerous. Looks to be okay.
Was incomplete.
Pass incomplete, 2nd and 10.
2nd down and 10 as that took 7 seconds off the clock.
They'll have a chance for a couple more times. And they have to pass it toward the sideline to at least try to stop the clock.
2nd down and 10. Corbett will be out of the gun, offset to his right by Sanchez. 2 receivers near side. That's not Corbett.
Intercepted. That's the ball game.
In fact, checking into the ball game was Ladarius Leday. So Leday one pass intercepted, and that'll wrap things up here from Kyle Whitefield as the knee will end senior night here for the Panthers. We're going to try to put together the information we have to let everybody know who the Panthers will be playing next week in the playoffs. We already know that Cold Spring has defeated Diboll to become the district champions. So Cold Spring the first place, Diboll the second place team in 9-3A.
They're going to pass. And intercepted
by Clark. And we got to see what's going to happen.
They've got to lateral the ball.
As laterals it back again to Clark. Clark trying to find somewhere to toss it to. Ball's going to be put on the ground.
And recovered.
Recovered by Corbett.
He's got blockers in front of him.
Corbett trying to find somewhere to go.
And brought down.
It's going to be brought down.
Good effort there.
And that is the ball game. Weird sequence of events to happen there. There's no reason for Woodville to be throwing the ball downfield.
Very, very dangerous there. As you just saw, they almost had a chance to return it. That's right. So they needed to beat us by 8
to move to second. So getting clarification on the last play, the Woodville Eagles needed to win by 8 or more to claim second place in 10-3A. So as we have it now, depending on the scoring updates we get from around the area, Anahuac is still currently in second, depending on the outcomes of some of the other games. So we're going to try to get some more information on what's going on around the area. Give us a couple minutes to try to get some information. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with you on Anahuac Sports Live as your final. Woodville defeats the Panthers 27-22. Back.
Trent Hart back here on the Texas Farm Bureau post-game show, where Alex and I are peeling through the scores, and there's a lot to go through as it determines the standings for this district and the district neighboring us, 9-3A, and there are a lot of point differentials in determining the final standings, so we'll be back here shortly. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to go over each and every one of those and the matchups for next week and some of the stats and some of the scores around the area. We'll be right back here on Anahuac Sports Live.
Alex Outram, Trent Hart, Terry Fortenberry, back from Kyle Whitefield on the campus of Anahuac High School, where we have gone final. The Woodville Eagles have defeated the Anahuac Panthers 27-22. Welcome to the Texas Farm Bureau postgame show. As trying to get information, and we think we have it figured out. As for 10-3A play, the final standings are this. East Chambers finishes first. Anahuac, by a set of many different tiebreakers, finishes second. Buna has finished third, and Woodville has finished fourth. Anahuac finishes second via point differential against Woodville and defeating Buna. Buna holds the outright tiebreaker against Woodville, defeating them earlier in the year. So Anahuac, Buna, Woodville all finished 4-2 in district play. East Chambers, the undefeated district champion, going up against 9-3A, District 9-3A. So the way that we have the matchups is East Chambers is taking on the fourth place team out of 9-3A, Trinity. Anahuac is taking on the third place team, Crockett. A rematch from the by-district round last year, where Crockett knocked out the Panthers in the by-district round there. Buna, third place in 10-3A, will take on the second place Diboll Lumberjacks out of 9-3A, and Woodville will face the district champion out of 9-3A, Cold Springs. So, did a little digging. Was able to find that to make sure that we relay the information to all the fans here watching on Anahuac Sports Live. Trent, the Panthers have a knack for making it come down to the wire. And
You ain't kidding.
tonight it went against them as with less than 30 seconds remaining in the ball game, the Eagles were able to score a touchdown and take the victory.
Well, I think what it boiled down to is that the spread offense of the Eagles and them being able to hurry up to the line so much, being able to pass the ball so much, really wore down the Anahuac defense in the end. And that was ultimately what it came down to, as Woodville was able to make some very huge plays, a fourth down play to convert, to move the chains for a new set of downs, and then a big third down play after that, and eventually getting into the end zone to pull them ahead 27 to 22 over the Panthers. And kudos to the Woodville Eagles for fighting all the way down to the finish. And if a lot of you were wondering what that last play was about, because all they had to do was basically take a knee and finish the ball game, they were looking for better placement, with a point differential because of their loss to Buna, and us and the Panthers beating Buna by 8 points earlier this season. The Woodville Eagles needed more points to better their position in District 10 3A so that they could potentially was going to play the second place team out of 9 3A Diboll, but that was not the case. Weren't able to make up that point differential at the end, and now we think we got it figured out. It should be that way, to where Woodville will be playing Cold Spring, and Anahuac will be facing in a rematch against last year's by-district contest against Crockett.
So, taking a look at the stats the way we have them, I will say that the Eagles offense may have got the best of me in the fourth quarter, but as we have it, rushing, the leading rusher for the Eagles on 3 carries for 16 yards for Taylor. Bean had 11 rushes for 8 yards. It would have been a lot more, but Bean took sack after sack after sack, taking away the tally from his rushing yards. Pear had 2 rushes for 7. Fowler was sacked and had a loss of 5. Marcus Wagner had Pop Pregame had 5 rushes for no yardage. Passing wise, we've got Jack Fowler, 10 of 19 for 151 yards, 2 touchdowns and an interception on the evening. Darius Bean, we've got 5 for 10 for 76 yards. Receiving, Raylan Williams had 5 receptions for 46 yards. Evans, 3 receptions, 85 yards, including 2 touchdowns, as he had all 3 touchdowns on the evening for the Eagles. Taylor had a couple receptions for 14, and Kibble had a reception for 32. As for the Anahuac Panthers, leading rusher on the evening, Landon Corbett, rushed 18 times for 136 yards. He had a touchdown. Christian Sanchez, 8 rushes, 56 yards. It was Cade Dye, 4 rushes for 44 yards, including a touchdown. Jamaj Bailey had a couple rushes for 10, and Alex Viejo had 1 rush for a loss of 1. Passing, 5 of 13 for Landon Corbett for 72 yards and a touchdown. It was Zion Clark, who was 0 for 1. It was Marcos Curiel, who was 1 for 2 for 10 yards, and Ladarius Lede, who came in the last pass of the evening for the Panthers, as he was 0 for 1 with an interception. 3 catches for Zion Clark tonight for 67 yards and a touchdown. It was Luke Rivon with a couple of catches for 5 yards, and Landon Corbett filling up the stat sheet with his own reception for 10 yards as well. So, Trent, we're off to the playoffs next week. To be determined on where, what day, and what time. Nonetheless, you can count on us being there next week for the playoffs. And, just a back-and-forth game with two athletic teams. We've talked about it all year long about the Panther defense has been bend but don't break. Had a little bit of breakage there at the end of the ball game. But all is well that ends well. Second place finish for the Anahuac Panthers in 10-3A. Moving on to the playoffs and a rematch where they can get a bit of revenge against the team that knocked them out of the playoffs last year in Crockett.
And, whatever happens next week against Crockett, the Panthers improved this year, 5-5 and 4-2 on district. Making it to the playoffs for the second year in a row. Second year under head coach Greg Neese, where he said early on in the year he's been trying to change the mentality and change the focus and make this into a program that is worthy of pride for this town. And I think he's done just that, Alex. And he mentioned it in the pregame interview that they were almost to that point, to calling this a football program.
Moving out of the infancy stage.
Right, exactly. Moving out of that infancy stage of being just a borderline football program to a real playoff contender program. And, we'll find out against Crockett here in this bi-district contest next week. And, ladies and gentlemen, we will be there, whether we'll have a live broadcast on video or we will be live with audio only. Either one of those, we will be there. And a lot of that will hinder on who has the rights, who's covering that game, where it will be, and so on and so forth. But Anahuac Sports Live will be there. We appreciate everybody that donated to the channel tonight to help us out with some of those costs that are going to be associated with getting the sub-licensee, either for the video broadcast or for the audio broadcast. Either way, we're going to have to come up with a little bit of money, because the UIL definitely is going to get theirs, and Fox Sports Southwest definitely more than anybody wants their end of it. And like I said earlier, it is costly, but it's definitely worth it for us, definitely worth it for everybody here in the community, as that's why we're doing it. That's why we're here, is to bring you these live broadcasts every week, as much as we can. And we sure do appreciate all of the support from the community, from the donations to our sponsors, and to everybody that watch week in and week out, or listen to in the case of last week in Kirbyville.
Well, Trent, on to the second season we go, as the Panthers have moved out of district play into playoff play. And just want to remind everybody of your final score tonight. The Woodville Eagles have defeated the Anahuac Panthers 27-22, but we move on to the playoffs next week. This is Alex Outram speaking for my broadcast partner, Trent Hart, and for Terry Fortenberry, who handled the camera duties tonight. Want to thank everybody who stayed tuned. We'll see you next week. So long, everybody.